baseball is on the air, live from Moeller Field in Fremont, Nebraska. It's the 0-1 Sioux Falls Sunfish against the 2-1 Fremont Moo. With Zach Berman, this is Nate Rohr reporting. It's an overcast evening for baseball. The temperature is in the 70s, a little bit of a breeze here at the ballpark as we get ready for Fremont's second home game of the year. Last night, the Moo an 8-4 winner over Sioux Falls in the home opener, and the first ever game played by the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Our pregame show is presented by Inspro Insurance, a Marshall McClellan agency, LLC company in Fremont, West Point, Wahoo, Lincoln, Omaha, and West Des Moines. Go to insproins.com for details. As we said, the Moo last night 8-4, the victors in that matchup with the Sunfish, and notable in that game, a pair of home runs for Fremont as both Nichols and Reller went yard. Brock Reller added to the Moo roster just before the game last night after a great season last year for the Moo. He picked up right where he left off with a two-run home run just to the right of straightaway center in the first inning, putting the Moo on top, and Fremont never trailed en route to the victory. Fremont hoping for similar production tonight from another addition to their roster. This one's a local boy, and it's Austin Callahan, and he had a terrific year this year for Hutchinson Community College down in the Jayhawk League. 21 home runs and a slugging percentage of .854. Yeah, that's good. And he's hitting fifth tonight for the Moo and playing third base. Callahan, by the way, next year is going to play his baseball for the Omaha Mavericks. So, big addition to the lineup. We'll see how he impacts Fremont's offensive attack as they look to clinch a series victory over the newly active Sioux Falls Sunfish. Let's check out our pitching matchup presented by Deers Ford in Fremont, USA. When you're ready to be matched up with a perfect Ford or Lincoln, head to deersford.com. Speaking of familiar faces, Ben Simonson will take the ball for the Moo. The right-hander last year for the Moo, 2-0 with a 7.14 ERA, 9 games, 3 starts. Through 22 and 2/3 innings, walked 12 and struck out 13. This year up at Dakota County Community College, 5-4, a 6.52 ERA. Made 9 starts for them up in the Twin Cities. Simonson going to play his college ball next year at Division II Northwest Missouri State. So Ben Simonson to the hill for Fremont. Meanwhile, the right-hander Andrew Garcia gets the starting assignment for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Let's check out today's field conditions presented by Extreme Outdoor Power. If you want your yard ready to play ball, get a Husqvarna mower from Rick LaReger at Extreme Outdoor Power, 805 South Broad Street today. Grass still in good shape. We're expecting some rain in the area later tonight. We're hopeful that we can get this game in and official without interruption, but field in pretty good shape. The infield in particular, a very robust shade of forest green and ready for action for the second straight night. So it's the Moo and the Sioux Falls Sunfish, second game of this 3-game series, second game of the homestand. We'll step aside for a moment and then hear from Fremont's manager, Shane Bennett. That's coming up next here on the Inspro Insurance pregame show, and more coming up in a moment.
Financing and Extreme Outdoor Power. Husqvarna now has special financing and Extreme Outdoor Power with approved credit. Available on all Husqvarna residential or commercial acreage and zero-turn mowers. Get the professional power you need today with 6-year warranties on residential or 10-year warranties on commercial mowers. Extreme Outdoor Power repairs most major brands, and they carry a full line of battery-powered equipment too. Stop into Extreme Outdoor Power and visit with Rick LaReger today at 805 South Broad Street in Fremont. La Hacienda Mexican Restaurant. Your favorite.
La Hacienda Mexican Restaurant, your favorite family-owned restaurant, is offering their family special. Right now, feed the whole family with 12 tacos, rice, beans, chips, and salsa for only $25. Thursday, get $2 off house pitchers of margaritas on the rocks. The family special isn't only for game days. Get it anytime. La Hacienda, 3140 Elk Lane, across the street from Goodwill. Call in your Feed the Family special order ahead at 721-9909 or order online at lahaciendafremont.com. Then head home and enjoy.
Back at Moeller Field as we get ready for Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Fremont Moo and the Sioux Falls Sunfish, and we're here with Shay Bennett, Fremont's manager, and you guys win that game 8-4 last night, so this team's already shown 3 games into the season you can win in a pitcher's duel, the 2-1 win out in Hastings, and you win kind of a shootout last night, 8-4. How happy were you with your offense?
Offense was good, and pitching was good too. Preston got us started with a nice start, another quality start out of our starter, and then the relievers came in and shut it down and did their job after that. Hitters did a good job of later in the game staying at it with quality approaches and ABs, and we're kind of able to stretch the lead, put some pressure on the other team, so it's all around good game.
You guys were able to hit 2 home runs, Nichols, and before that, Brock Reller. You started the season at Duncan Field. Can you, where home runs are very, very tough for guys to get because of the distance. Do you feel like guys' approaches change when they leave Duncan Field and get back somewhere a little more normal?
Yeah, I mean, visually, obviously, it's a lot different. Playing in Duncan can be tough for sure for hitters. Definitely a pitcher's-friendly park, but I look at those 2 home runs yesterday, and they were both hit middle of the field and in the gaps. Nichols went off the scoreboard, so no matter where you're playing at, what park you're playing at, you want to stay gap to gap. So they did a good job of that, I thought.
And Brock Reller added to your lineup homers last night, so already paying off adding him to the lineup. You get another new addition tonight, and a Fremont native and a guy who had a big JUCO year at Hutchinson, Austin Callahan. What are you expecting from him?
Hopefully you can, similar to what you asked me about Brock, I mean, they had pretty similar type of years. Another power lefty in the lineup, so hopefully he can be the middle of the order and drive in a bunch of runs for us.
Ben Simonson takes the ball for you. He was the guy who threw a little bit for you last year, pitched this year at the junior college level. How have you seen him develop, and what are you looking for as he makes his first Moo start of the year?
Nothing new. Just typical answer from me. Just quality outing, going right after the hitters, limiting the free bases. Hopefully he can get us through 5, maybe 6 innings.
Hopefully that's the start to a Moo victory. Good luck tonight, Shay.
Thank you, Nate.
That is Shay Bennett, Fremont's manager, as we get set for the Moo against Sioux Falls. We'll step aside for a moment, have the starting lineups and the first pitch from Moeller Field after this.
Did you know at Deals Ford Lincoln, we have a team of highly trained Ford-certified technicians that will make all the difference in your automotive service needs. Ford has long been on the cutting edge of automotive technology. Don't trust your Ford to an unqualified mechanic. Get it done right the first time. The Deals Ford way. We service all makes and models, and we welcome the opportunity to be your family's certified service technicians. Contact Deals Ford Lincoln Service at 402-721-1472 to schedule a service appointment today.
Back here at Moeller Field in Fremont as we get ready for the Moo against the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Second game of the 3-game set between these two teams. And let's check out our starting lineups brought to you by your Fremont Hy-Vee. For a lineup that's loaded, shop your Fremont Hy-Vee. Go to HyVeeIslesOnline.com now and place your order. But they are going to the anthem, so we'll step aside, give you the starters in a moment.
Inspo Insurance is your locally owned and independent insurance agency. Inspo is a Marsh & McLennan Agency LLC company representing many insurance carriers, including EMC Insurance. EMC ranks among the top 60 in the U.S. to give you the best coverage and value. Serving Fremont for over 60 years, Inspo remains committed to providing professional and personal service. Proceeding with confidence. Inspo, a Marsh & McLennan Agency LLC company in Fremont, West Point, Wahoo, Omaha, Lincoln, and West Des Moines. At InspoINS.com on the web. All right. That's what a solid piece of wood sounds like. Look just past that left field wall at Moeller Field, you'll see Christensen Lumber, a solid lumber company for nearly a century. And there goes another ball into the lumber yard. Professional builders know Christensen Lumber is their home run hitter for quality materials. More contractors and woodworkers will tell you Christensen Lumber is the best choice to find quality cuts of lumber since 1923. Christensen Lumber, it's where the pros go. 714 South Main, just past the left field wall at Moeller Field. Fremont Moo fans love their meat, and Hy-Vee has all your favorites at the best prices this summer. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Steaks, always low prices on your favorite flavors and brats. There's boneless, skinless chicken breasts, chicken grillers, America's pork chops for the grill, and the best cuts of salmon and seafood for that summer party on the patio. Shop online right now. Go to HyVeeIslesOnline.com and place that order. Your Fremont Hy-Vee, proud to be a part of the Fremont Moo.
Back here at Moeller Field in Fremont as we prepare for the start of the Moo against the Sioux Falls Sunfish. And again, your starting lineups brought to you by your Fremont Hy-Vee. For a lineup that's loaded, shop your Fremont Hy-Vee. Go to HyVeeIslesOnline.com now and place your orders. Zach Berman, the lineups, please.
All right, lineups for the Sunfish. Thank you, Nate. Benito Garcia at short, leading off. Kenny Dutka pitched last night, playing left field tonight, batting second. Declan Beers in right field, batting third. Batting cleanup, Carter Tibbetts, who impressed at designated hitter. Jesus Licone, batting in the 5-hole at third base. Cade Kale Uhavehi behind the catcher's position tonight. Adonis Forte at center field in the 7th spot. Bobby Funk at first in the 8th spot, and Brandon Gillard playing short in the 9-hole. The starter is Andrew Garcia for the Sunfish, and for the Moo, Tyler Push leading off at center. Darian Morphew in left field, batting in the number 2 hole. E.J. Taylor, happy birthday to him yesterday. He turned 22. He's going to play third base today. Brock Reller batting cleanup in right field. Austin Callahan, like you mentioned, he's back at third base tonight. Ryan Koski, your designated hitter, batting 6th. Jackson Meyer, the catcher, batting 7th. Drew Mize at short, batting 8th. And Tyler Mata-Lloyd at second base, batting 9th. And Ben Simonson, the stalwart from last year's Moo squad, number 33, right-hand pitcher, who's getting ready to go to Northwestern Missouri State on the bump tonight for Fremont, who are managed by Shea Bennett.
Moo in the orange caps with the purple jerseys, the orange letters and numbers, the white pants, purple and orange stripes, purple socks, black shoes. We're set to go, and the first pitch is brought to you by La Hacienda, serving up Fremont's favorite authentic Mexican cuisine, 3140 East Elk Lane, across the street from Goodwill. The wine, and Simonson's first pitch is taken over the inside corner, called a strike. 0-1 the count to Benito Garcia, and we are underway a few minutes early at 6:59 Central Time, temperature at 80. 0-1 the count. The wine, Simonson rings it home. Garcia takes fastball inside corner, called strike 2. Count is 0-2 to Garcia. He was 0 for 3 last night in the leadoff spot. 2 strikes the count. The pitch from Simonson. Fastball sprayed foul and out of play to the right. And the count remains 0-2. That foul ball brought to you by Lincoln Premium Poultry. Join their team. 0-2 the count to Benito Garcia. Righty to righty. Garcia feet together, close to the plate. There 2, and Simonson misses just low. Over the outer part of the plate, now 1-2. Sioux Falls in their home whites, though they are on the road, so base white jerseys with the right teal sleeve and the orange left sleeve as that curveball grounded to short. Mize a step to his right to square it up. He has it and throws in time. 1 up, 1 gone. We'll finish the Sioux Falls uniform description. Black caps, teal bills, the white vest jerseys with the teal and orange sleeves, white pants, black socks, and the white shoes.
It's a fashion statement for sure, the contrast sleeves.
That's one way of putting it. One out, no one on here in the top of the first. The batter is Dutka, who swings and blasts this one deep right field. Roller all the way back, and it's gone. Kenny Dutka jumps all over the first pitch he sees and clobbers it over the right field fence to put the Sunfish on the board 1-0 here in the top of the first.
As Dutka takes his sweet time around the bases. Not a great first pitch approach there by Simonson. Duck can make no mistake on that one as he plants it over the right field seats, or lack of right field seats.
Yeah, that thing was tattooed to straight away right, and so with that, Sioux Falls has its first lead in franchise history after their first home run in franchise history. 1-0 Sioux Falls, two batters into it. Declan Beers, the left-hand batter, takes the first pitch over the inside corner. Cold strike 1, 0-1 the count.
Strike on the inside corner.
Beers, good night at the plate last night, 3 for 5 with a double. Simonson's one-strike pitch. Beers started to go and held up on one, which was just a touch high. Ball 1, and we're even at 1.
Number 1, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Correction. They hadn't updated the scoreboard.
Outfield, Shadingham to pull, 1-1 the count. Simonson brings it home, curveball, and Beers lofts a fly ball to center. Bush coming in, slides, and cannot make the catch. It's down for a hit. It is a 1-out single, so back-to-back hits for the Sunfish, and Sioux Falls has a runner at first with 1 out in the top of the first inning, with Sioux Falls leading 1-0.
Respectable, valiant attempt there by Push out in center field, but a tough play. And well-awarded base hit there for Beers.
Now the batter, Carter Tibbetts. He homered last night, so I beg your pardon, that home run by Dutka was not the first ever. Tibbetts 2 for 4, a homer and a double. In the first pitch, Tibbetts takes over the outer part of the plate. Cold strike 1, 0-1 the count to Tibbetts.
Well, it was Jimmy Dutka's first, or Kenny Dutka's first ever Sunfish home run, so make sure to track down that baseball, put it on his mantle.
I'm sure he would treasure it as the throw to first chases Beers back, but he's back to the bag safely. Runner at first, 1 out, 1 run in for Sioux Falls here in the top of the first. 1-1 to Tibbetts. Simonson pauses at the belt. Righty brings home the 0-1 and misses low with the fastball. Meyer throws to first, not in time to try and pick off Beers. Count even at 1 to Tibbetts.
1 apiece count now, 1-1.
Sunfish trying to even their season record. Their all-time record. I'll stop making those lines about all-time stuff for Sioux Falls at some point tonight. Runner goes as the throw to first, and now Beers hung up between first and second. The throw back to first, and the tag is there, and he is out as they pick off Beers. Play goes 1-3-6-3, and now with a count at 1-1, there are 2 out.
This is a nice little pickoff move there by Simonson. Nice awareness over there on the mound, and caught the runner going.
Now the 1-1, high and away, 2-1 the count to Carter Tibbetts. Moo Baseball brought to you on KHUB Fremont. Nate Rohr, Zach Berman along with you from Moeller Field. The 2-1 misses low, and the count is 3-1 to Tibbetts. It's the top of the first inning. Sioux Falls with a 1-0 lead on the Moo. 3-1 to Tibbetts, righty to righty. Simonson brings it home. Tibbetts takes curve over the outside corner, cold strike 2. Now the count is full 3-2.
Of course, Tibbetts had that long, booming home run yesterday over the Moeller Monster. He was 2 for 4 with an RBI.
2 outs, no one on. The 3-2, that misses down and in ball 4, and it's a walk for Tibbetts. So runner at first with 2 outs. We're in the top of the first.
In a nice eye there by Tibbetts. Simonson seems a little bit jittery out of the gate. He's got to get the nerves out of the system.
Now runner at first with 2 out. The batter is Jesus Lincoln. He was 1 for 4 in last night's Fremont 2-1 win. Right-hand batter against the righty Simonson. Tibbetts away from first with 2 outs. 1-0 Sioux Falls. The pitch is in on the fists of Lincoln, and he fights it off foul to the right, strike one. Moo defensively with Morphew in left, Push in center, Weller in right. Callahan at third, Mize at short, Mata Lloyd at second, Taylor at first, and Meyer catching Simonson. Ben Sutt is 1-strike pitch, and there's a slider low and away, taken by Lincoln for ball 1-1.
Now the Sunfish, 8-4 loss last night, didn't score in the first inning, and now
Tibbetts being held on by Taylor, set by Simonson. And his 1-1. Curve in the dirt, blocked for ball 2. It got a ways away from Meyer, but Tibbetts, who I believe caught last night, wasn't tempted to try and take off for second. So runner at first with 2 outs.
Well, Tibbetts is catching today after getting absolutely terrorized on the base paths last night.
He's DHing today, I should say. And now the 2-1, swinging a ground ball to short. Right at Mize, who has it, shovels to second in time to retire Tibbetts and end the inning. But Sioux Falls gets on the board with a run on 1 hit.
Right field wall to put the Sunfish up.
There were no errors and 1 left on. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Push, Morphew and Taylor against Garcia. Through half a frame, your score. Sioux Falls 1, Moo coming up.
Wow, great space, nice and clean, decent square footage, a lot of potential. When do we move in?
You know this is for storage, right? It's not a man cave.
Oh, with storage units this nice, no wonder it feels like home. Morningside Storage is a full-service facility including indoor and outdoor, 5x10, 10x10, 10x20s, and plenty of outdoor storage for campers, boats, and RVs. They're safe and secure with reasonable rates. Morningside Storage, just west of Luther and Morningside. Call 402-317-9261 now.
Gentlemen, here at Weesey Plumbing and Excavating, our customer's duty is our duty. Now, you're Fremont's finest, and I want you people-pleasing plunger wranglers to remember here at Weesey, we don't stop fighting clogged drains, low water pressure, frozen pipes, until our residential and commercial customers are smiling. Am I making myself clear, you toilet snake and sink suckers? Now, our customers will find us in Fremont, on Facebook, and online at WeeseyPlum.com. Weesey Plumbing and Excavating. Your duty is our duty.
Getting ready for the bottom of the first inning between Sioux Falls and the Moo. Andrew Garcia, the right-hander, loosening up for the Sunfish, but one of his pitching brethren, Kenneth Dutka, got the Sunfish on the board with a first pitch home run over the right field fence. And as we chat about it in the press box, Zach Berman, it sounds like that was preordained.
Well, per the ever so wonderful Sunfish announcer David Coyer, who's 3 seats over to my right, Kenneth Dutka had not taken a live swing in over a year and a half, and the coach for the Sioux Falls Sunfish basically told him, take a hack on your first pitch. And, well, it was a pitch right down the middle, and Dutka promptly deposited it over the right field fence. So hard work pays off.
Fremont Moo, number
Always
5,
pays to have a good player.
Tyler.
Now ready to go in the bottom of the first inning. Push, Morphew, and Taylor against Andrew Garcia. And Tyler Push, 6 stolen bases already this year, including 4 last night. He's 5 for 13 with 4 runs batted in as we begin the bottom of the first with Sioux Falls leading at 1-0. The right-hander Garcia works from the line, and he brings it home, and Push takes a fastball outside corner. Called strike 1, 0-1 the count. Outfield playing Push to pull, so some hitting room in right center field. And now Garcia gets the signing once, the 1-strike pitch. And Push takes low and away, 1-1.
Push, of course, is a threat on the base paths. The Moo in 3 games are averaging 4 stolen bases per game. That is crazy.
Yeah. Now the 1-1 from Garcia, and Push pokes a ground ball to second, right at Gallard, who has it and throws first double clutches, and Push is safe. Push beat it out for an infield single. Wow.
Are they going to call it an infield single or an error? We shall see. All I'm going to say is Push is such a threat on the base path, so that's a crucial mistake early on.
We'll see how they score it, but the point is there's a man at first with nobody out. And the batter will be Darian Morphew. Left-hand batter.
You want on first.
No doubt. They did go with a hit there. Morphew the batter, lefty hitter, and the first pitch is a fastball outside corner, strike 1-1. Morphew 5 for 12 with a pair of RBI and a stolen base in the early work of this season. Push it first, nobody out, bottom of the first, 1-0 Sunfish. The set at the belt by Garcia, he throws over, and diving back safely well ahead of the play was Push.
Skipper Walker Bullington before the game today, he was talking about those stolen bases last night. He said
0-1 the count. The set by Garcia at the belt. The righty brings home the 0-1 and misses high and away with a fastball, 1-1. Sioux Falls defensively, Getka in at left after his home run in the top half of the inning. Forte in center, Beers in right. Lincoln, Garcia, Gallard, and Funk around the infield with Kalari Huavehi catching Garcia. Push it first, nobody out, 1-1 to Morphew. The pitch, Morphew cuts and misses on a changeup out away from him, and the count is 1-2.
So they're focused on getting those strikes last night.
Shading him to pull some hitting room down the left field line. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count, 1-0 Sioux Falls in the bottom of the first. Garcia set his 1-2 pitch, and it's poked foul to the left, the count holding it 1-2 to Darian Morphew.
Morphew has been so good extending at bats. We have seen it from game 1. And now we're 4 games in. You start to notice trends on how these guys play, both as individuals and as a team.
Now a throw to first, and Push dives in safely ahead of the throw. And you like all the tough outs in this Moo lineup. Not just guys who are productive, but guys who, even when you get them out, take some gas out of the pitcher's tank. 1-2 the count, the set and the pitch. Runner goes, pitch is fouled straight back, and the count holds at 1-2.
Push went for it. He wanted to add to that league-leading total that the Moo have stealing bases. And he would have gotten it.
Push retreats to first, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the first inning. 1-0 Sioux Falls leads on the Detka homer. Push at first, nobody out. The set. Garcia brings home the 1-2 fastball in the dirt, skips away from the catcher, and Push heads down to second. It'll be a wild pitch to move Push. So that thing was buried in front of the plate, and Kalei Huavehi couldn't quite handle it, and once that ball got a little ways away from him, Push was off towards second. Now the count at 2-2. Golden RBI opportunity here for the Moo and Morphew, with Taylor following him. Push away from second. He could steal third, you know. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. The set. Garcia checks second and delivers the 2-2, and Morphew started to go and held up on a breaking ball that was inside for ball 3. Now the count full at 3-2. And proving your point about Morphew, this has been a good at-bat from the Moo 2-hitter. Runner at second, nobody out. Bottom of the first, 1-0 Sioux Falls. 3-2 the count, the set. Garcia delivers. Morphew takes low and away, ball 4, and Morphew earns that walk. He was down in the count 1-2, fouled off a couple, worked it full, and made a walk.
To that for your Fremont Moo, your first baseman, number 28, E.J. Taylor.
Now the batter is E.J. Taylor. 2 for 7 with a double. Burly right-hand batter, imposing presence in there. And he's up with 2 on, none out, bottom of the first. Fremont, a great chance to tie this thing up or take back the lead. And Garcia looks in. Sets at the belt.
Checking the runners. Checks over at second now. Sets.
Holds.
Checks again.
Delivers the first pitch. Slider. Low and away. Ball 1 to Taylor.
Like 1-0.
Garcia hung there for a while trying to take the life out of Bush's legs. It's one of the ways that a pitcher can try and hold a runner close, even if he's not throwing the ball over. 1-0 the count to Taylor. Is set at the belt. Garcia delivers the 1-0. Taylor grounds toward second. Gallard ranges left, has it, only play to first, and the throw is in time. No chance for the double play, and now the Moo with runners second and third with one out, and a selfless at-bat there from E.J. Taylor.
Basically serves more or less as a bunt. Nice job there by Taylor to push the runners over.
It's rare that you ask that of your three-hitter, but then again, Brock Weller steps to the plate, 2 for 5 with a home run last night in his first game for Fremont this year. 1-0 Sioux Falls, but the Moo threatening with runners second and third, one out in the bottom of the first. Left-hand bat against the righty Garcia, the set. Garcia paused and held for a while, and now time is called.
That Weller home run last night had to be at least 400 feet. It was one that he knew it the second he made contact with it, as he almost stared it down as it went over the batter's eye out in dead center.
Runners second and third, one out. Garcia taking his time before this first pitch to Reller. He's set. Garcia throws. Reller takes slider, taken hard of the plate at the knees for a strike, counted 0-1. So, Garcia able to jump ahead of the dangerous Reller, but he went into the meat of the strike zone to do it. Outfield playing Reller to pull. Infield back. Now the set. One strike pitch from Garcia, and Reller swings. Lofts this one to center field and deep. Forte back into his right. Dives and makes a spectacular catch. Bush tags at third, and he'll score. But a terrific catch by Forte to save a double and limit the damage to 1 run.
Goodness gracious! What a catch by Forte out in center. My, oh my, how did he get that one?
Fremont Moo, number 36, third base.
Flagged it down. Morphew holds at second. He was halfway because he was hoping that ball would get down and he'd have an opportunity to score. But now Morphew is at second with 2 outs for Austin Callahan. Left-hand batter with a great deal of power. Had a great year for Hutchinson Community College this year. Righty to lefty, Garcia's first one, and Callahan rips a ground ball to first. It's speared by Funk, and he takes it to the bag ahead of Callahan for the third out of the inning. But the Moo are able to even it up at 1. They tally a run. They do it on 1 hit. No errors and 1 left on. We go to the second with a score. Moo 1, Sioux Falls 1.
Husqvarna now has special financing and extreme outdoor power with approved credit. Available on all Husqvarna residential or commercial acreage and zero-turn mowers. Get the professional power you need today with 6-year warranties on residential or 10-year warranties on commercial mowers. Extreme outdoor power repairs most major brands, and they carry a full line of battery-powered equipment too. Stop into Extreme Outdoor Power and visit with Rick Ranger today at 805 South Broad Street in Fremont. Did you know at Ford Lincoln we have a team of highly trained Ford-certified technicians that will make all the difference in your automotive service needs? Ford has long been on the cutting edge of automotive technology. Don't trust your Ford to an unqualified mechanic. Get it done right the first time. The Pierce Ford way. We service all makes and models, and we welcome the opportunity to be your family certified service technicians. Contact Pierce Ford Lincoln Service at 402-721-1472 to schedule a service appointment today.
School's out for summer. Celebrate with the Fremont Moo at historic Muller Field. Tuesday at 7:05, college students and staff get a free GA ticket with their school ID. And Wednesday at 7:05, K-12 school staff receive a free GA ticket with their ID. It's also Dog Days presented by Getchman's. Bring your dog to the ballpark. And Thursday at 7:05, K-12 students receive a free GA ticket with their school ID. For more information, visit FremontMoo.com. Fremont Moo Baseball. Party until the cows come home. Getting ready for the top of the second inning. Moo 1, Sioux Falls 1. It'll be Cade Kalehuavehi Forte after that terrific catch in the bottom of the first, and then Bob Funk. Righty to righty, Simonson goes to work in the second and nicks the outside corner with a slider, strike one. Of course, the Simonson family, their attentions trained on the state of Nebraska this week. The 0-1 on the way. Ben with a slider over the outside corner, called a strike to Kalei Huavehi. Not only do you have Ben pitching tonight, of course, Jack in action for North Dakota State. The 0-2 pitch. Kalei Huavehi drives this one right center field and deep, and it'll land for a hit and roll to the warning track. Ruller cuts it off, but Kalei Huavehi has a double, lead-off double, and the third hit of the game for Sioux Falls.
Nice piece of hitting there by Kalei Huavehi as he drove it out into the right center field gap. And Fremont was lucky that they had someone covering third because the throw was over second. Kalei Huavehi almost made a mad dash for the extra base.
So now runner at second, nobody out. The batter is Adonis Forte, lefty hitter. He was 1 for 4 last night. Game tied at 1, top of the second. Simonson in some trouble. And the righty set and delivers the first one and misses low with a fastball, 1-0. As I was saying, so you've got Ben pitching tonight. Then over in Omaha, the Summit League Baseball Tournament begins tomorrow at Tal Anderson Field in Omaha. And Ben Simonson's older brother, Jack, a star for the NDSU Bison. Pitch, swing, a little flare into short left field. It's done for a hit. Kalei Huavehi around third. The left fielder, Morphew, juggles it, and the run will score. Meanwhile, Forte into second. And Sioux Falls has retaken the lead here in the top of the second. It's 2-1 Sioux Falls.
Once again, a nice piece of hitting, and Simonson just seems to be leaving him over the heart of the plate. And Forte, after that amazing catch, follows it up with a nice piece of hitting.
So now runner at second, still nobody out. The batter is Bob Funk, righty hitter. He was 0 for 4 last night. Simonson set at the belt. His first pitch is a curveball, taken over the inner half, but low. Ball 1-1-0 the count. It'll be scored officially as a single.
Look at the official scoring. It is a single. He advanced to second.
And an error on
Doesn't look like it might. Fouled back to the right.
the left fielder as there's a foul ball.
1-1 now.
Count is even at 1 to Funk.
Bobby Funk. But Adonis Forte at
So
second.
it is a single, then an error, and no RBI.
Error. They say he's on third right now. In fact, he's only on second, so we'll see how they correct that.
And now,
Bobby
the
Funk.
set, the pitch,
1-2.
a curve in on his hands. He fouled it off to the right, and the count holds it,
Nonetheless,
or the count moves to 1-2.
Moo on the advancement, and that scored Kalei Huavehi, so now it's 2-1.
2-1 Sioux Falls. We are in the top of the second inning.
Fremont.
Forte at second, nobody out. The count is 1-2 to Funk.
Second, Bobby Funk at the plate.
And now the right-hander Simonson
And he sets.
pauses at the belt. Check second, looks again, and throws the 1-2, and there's a curveball that plunks Funk.
Bobby Funk in the back.
And Funk is hit by the pitch.
Next up to bat.
Not necessarily the start you want to the second inning for Simonson, as he's just looking rattled out there early.
After that leadoff home run by Kenny.
Bad part about that hit by pitch, it was 1-2, and he tried to backdoor a curveball, and instead he plunked the hitter.
Struck out 12 times yesterday.
2 on, no one out, a run in for Brandon Gillard. He was 0 for 3 last night. Right-hand batter, the set. Simonson's first one. Gillard takes a slider, outside corner, cold strike, and the count is 1-1.
0-1.
Gillard, the number 9 hitter on the Sioux Falls order. It's the top of the second. The Sunfish leading 2-1, and they've got Forte at second and Funk at first as they look to add to the advantage. Simonson set. Check second, delivers the one-strike pitch. And there's a slider, outside corner, called a strike. Count is 0-2.
0-2 count now
It's early in this game. The Moo have a good offense, so if Simonson is able to limit damage, you still like Fremont's chances in this game. Of course, it's still very early, the top of the second inning. 0-2 the count. Simonson set at the belt and delivers. There's a slider, low and away to Gillard, and the count is now 1-2.
You don't necessarily love the fact that Simonson's already up to 30 pitches without recording an out in the second inning.
Yeah, that would be another benefit of the double play. 2 on, none out. 1-2 the count. The set by Simonson. He delivers, and Gillard late on a curveball fouls it off to the right, and the count holds at 1-2. We're in the top of the second. 2-1. The Sunfish lead the Moo. Sioux Falls playing in its second ever game as an Expedition League franchise.
Brandon and I were talking before about the weather. Of course, he's trying to be a pilot, so he's interested in weathers and pressures and stuff.
Now the pitch, it's in the dirt for ball 3. Big lead by Forte at second. Meyer covered it. Say ball 3, rather ball 2. Count is 2-2.
Lead out there.
But big lead at second by Forte. He was very close, it seemed, to taking off for third.
Pilot's license the other day. That's why he was able to play yesterday.
2 on, none out, a run in this inning. Simonson in a jam with the count at 2-2. Ben set at the belt, delivers. There's a swing and a miss on a fastball up in the zone for strike 3. A big first out via strikeout, 1 gone in the second.
Indeed, a nice pitch there by Simonson. I'm sure he hopes to have more bats like that. But something to note as Benito Garcia steps up to the plate. You did mention that Sioux Falls did not look to take batting practice today. And we thought that it wouldn't necessarily play into their advantage. Well, they're the ones with the advantage right now.
They lead it 2-1, top of the second. 2 on, 1 out for Garcia, who grounded to short his first time up. Righty to righty. Simonson delivers, the runner off for third. The pitch taken for a strike. Now the runner between first and second held up. They're running him back toward first. The tag is there, and the runner scores from third, so Funk held up between first and second. Meanwhile, Forte running the entire time not only steals third, but scores, and it's now 3-1. Sioux Falls in the second.
Tough play there, tough break, but you know, I guess that kind of falls into the burn a village to save the city, so to speak. But so it does empty the bases, but puts another runner on.
Garcia.
And now the pitch to Garcia is a slider outside. Garcia up there with 1 out, or with 2 outs and 2 in this inning. Now Simonson winds and delivers. Slider swung on, lined into center field, down for a hit. And Garcia has his first hit of the season.
Next up to bat.
That is the 5th hit of the night for the Sunfish.
And that's going to bring up the pitcher.
Now here's Kenny Dutka.
Kenny Dutka. Back in the first inning, he took the early lead for the Sunfish. First pitch swinging, took it over the right field wall.
So Dutka homered to right his first time up. He's got a runner at first with 2 outs, 3-1 Sioux Falls. Top of the second inning. Set at the belt from Simonson, his first pitch, and Dutka takes a slider down and in. Ball 1, 1-0 the count.
That BP earlier today. Skipper Walker Bullington talking to Kenny Dutka. That was his first at-bat in a competitive game in about 2 years. And Dutka.
Now the pitch. That's taken over the outside corner, called a strike to Dutka. And the count is even at 1-1. Garcia is at first. There are 2 out in the top of the second. 2 runs in this frame for the Sunfish. Simonson set at the belt. Brings home the 1-1. There's a cut and a miss on 1 out away from Dutka. And the count is 1-2. By the way, we were talking about the Summit League Baseball Tournament, which begins tomorrow in Omaha. North Dakota State has to take on the homestanding Mavericks at 6 o'clock.
1 and top of the second.
Garcia at first, 2 outs. The pitch. Rodriguez pitch is swung on, grounded up the first baseline foul. Count holds at 1-2 to Dutka.
First base coach.
Both teams with a run in the first, a pair in the second for Sioux Falls.
As Garcia makes it
And
back.
the Sunfish still batting in the top of the second inning, leading 3-1.
1-2 count. Kenny Dutka.
Garcia at first with 2 outs.
Dutka. And it's
Now Simonson looks in, checks first, pauses at the belt,
Stone both of them pitched yesterday. Simonson checks over at first.
and delivers the 1-2, and that backdoor breaking ball stays outside, count at 2-2.
Simonson is in trouble putting batters away tonight. He's gotten up to 2 strikes a couple times, but hasn't really seemed to have his put-away pitch, and that seems to be where the Sunfish have had the most success.
Count at 2-2. Simonson delivers, and there's a fastball swung on and missed for strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning and the game. And the Sunfish are done in the second, but they scored 2 runs. And they do it on 3 hits, aided by a Moo error with 1 runner left on. 1.5 complete. Your score: Sioux Falls 3, Moo 1. Want to look as sharp as the Fremont Moo turning a double play? Come to Keel's Barbershop, 94 West 6th Street in Fremont, and they'll help you look your best.
Inspo Insurance is your locally owned and independent insurance agency. Inspo is a Marsh & McLennan Agency LLC company representing many insurance carriers, including EMC Insurance. EMC ranks among the top 60 in the U.S. to give you the best coverage and value. Serving Fremont for over 60 years, Inspo remains committed to providing professional and personal service. Proceeding with confidence. Inspo, a Marsh & McLennan Agency LLC company in Fremont, West Point, Wahoo, Omaha, Lincoln, and West Des Moines. At InSpoINS.com on the web. Now that's what a solid piece of wood sounds like. Look just past that left field wall at Moeller Field, you'll see Christensen Lumber, a solid lumber company for nearly a century. And there goes another ball into the lumber yard. Professional builders know Christensen Lumber is their home run hitter for quality materials. More contractors and woodworkers will tell you Christensen Lumber is the best choice to find quality cuts of lumber since 1923. Christensen Lumber, it's where the pros go. 714 South Main, just past the left field wall at Moeller Field.
Bottom of the second inning at Moeller Field. We see all that lumber in the Christensen Lumber Yard.
Next up to bat.
Beyond the Moeller Monster and left.
Designated hitter.
3-1, Sioux Falls leads Fremont. Koski, Meyer, and Mize due to hit for the Moo here in the bottom of the second inning. Koski, 2 for 9 so far this year. And Andrew Garcia winds and delivers the first one. And hits the outside corner with a slider, strike 1.
A lot of stuff to play while we're at that, because most of it's kind of like taunting the other team.
Outfield, playing him to pull. A lot of hitting room in right center. Beers, the right fielder, basically straight up the 0-1. It's a fastball up and in, ball 1, we're even at 1.
And then just music right away.
Yeah, it's just tough sometimes doing the transition, but I got it.
You gotta get it though, right?
Yep, I got it.
Now Garcia gets the sign from Clay Huavehi, and the 1-1 pitch. It's over the outside corner, called a strike 1 and 2 to Ryan Koski. I'm talking about Simonson heading to Northwest Missouri State. Ryan Koski already down there for the Bearcats. Righty to righty. Now the line by Garcia and his 1-2 pitch. Koski takes a fastball in the dirt. It bounced off the right shoulder of the catcher, Kalei Huavehi, and hopped over the backstop. 2-2.
It's like a little bit of a ping pong shot there.
Into the bleachers.
It's like a golf ball shot there. Count it 2-2.
More like mini golf, I would say.
3-1 Sioux Falls, bottom of the second. Koski leads off the pitch. That one's in the dirt. And they count now full 3-2. And it feels like Garcia really overthrew those last 2 pitches. Outfield drastically to pull against Koski, the center fielder Forte. solid 25 feet to the left of straightaway center. But as we said, Beers straightaway and right, the 3-2. And Koski swings, lines it to right, down for a hit. Rolling toward the track. Koski around first, trying for second. Beers throwing to second as well late. It is a leadoff double for Ryan Koski. And the Moo have their first man on here in the second inning. We are going to call that Goodwood. Brought to you by Christensen Lumber, the best choice to find quality cuts of lumber. Since 1923, Christensen Lumber, it's where the pros go.
Like we've both been saying, it's just been good at bats up and down the Moo lineup, and that's just gone on for the entire season. Nice job by Koski. They're battling from down quickly in the count to lacing a two-strike double the other way.
Now the batter, Jackson Meyer, and the lefty hitter takes inside, ball one. Meyer has played in one game this year. He is 0 for 4. We're in the bottom of the second. Sioux Falls with a 3-1 lead, but the Moo threatening with Koski on at second. And nobody out. 1-0 the count. Outfield shading him to pull, so to the right. Was set by Garcia. His one-ball pitch, and Meyer grounds to first, right at Funk, trots to the base, tags the bag, and retires Meyer, though Koski advances to third with one out.
Drew Mize.
Now Drew Mize steps to the plate. 3 for 13 with a pair of RBI and a triple for Mize this season. Up there in an RBI spot as the Moo look to cut a 2-run deficit. Mize in the back of the box with a straight-up stance close to the plate.
Runner 90 feet away at third base.
Infield is back, so they'll concede a run.
3-1.
And the first pitch. Mize started to go and held up on a fastball over the outside corner, called strike 1-1. Outfield playing Mize to pull similarly to Koski. So again, the center fielder Forte shifted 25 feet to the left. 1-1 the count, Garcia delivers. And there's a slider, outside corner, called a strike. Count is 0-2 to Mize. Sioux Falls with a 3-1 lead. A run in the first, 2 in the second for the Sunfish. Fremont got a single tally in the bottom of the first. The Moo with Mize at third with one out. This set by Garcia, his 0-2. And Mize started to go and held up. They appealed. The ruling is no swing. And the count is 1-2.
Nice job holding up by Mize. Looked like he was this close to going around, but able to slow his roll just a bit.
Count at 1-2 with one out. Mata Lloyd due next for the Moo. The set at the belt from Garcia. The right-hander's 1-2. There's a slider in the dirt. Kalei Huavehi smothered it, keeping Koski at third, but the count now 2-2 to Mize. Cloudy night here at Moeller Field. Lights are on. Again, we expect some rain in the area later tonight, but should be able to play most of, if not the entirety of this one without interruption. The 2-2, it's fouled straight back by Mize, and the count holds at 2-2. Sunfish with a 3-1 lead. We're in the bottom of the second inning. The runner at third is Koski, and there is one out.
Last night, not. He went 0 for 4. 2 strikeouts.
And now the right-hander, Garcia.
The 2-2 pitch.
Set at the belt.
From the righty, Garcia.
Delivers. Fastball too high. Now 3-2 to Mize. So Mize has fought to fill it. Let's see if he can take advantage with at least a fly ball to drive in a run. Reller drove in the Moo first run with the sac fly in the first. The set, the 3-2, swinging a ground ball back up in the middle, a base hit to center field from Mize. Koski will trot in to score, and Fremont has cut the deficit to 1. It is 3-2 Sioux Falls in the bottom of the second inning.
I feel like a broken record here. Once again, another nice at-bat. Mize was down early in the count, worked his way back up, and rewards his team with an RBI single right up the middle, and it's a one-run game.
You have to respect these Moo hitters. It doesn't feel like any of them give away at bats. You get 2 strikes on them, you still have to find a way to finish them off. Now Mize is at first with 1 out for Tyler Lloyd. He's 3 for 8 with a couple of steals. Yeah, on the first pitch, slider outside corner, called a strike 0-1. We're in the bottom of the second inning. 3-2, Sioux Falls leads the Moo. Fremont single runs in the first 2 innings. Sioux Falls 1 in the first, 2 in the second. Mize 2 steals this year away from first. This set, Garcia delivers. Runner goes, pitch is sprayed foul to the right. And the count at 0-2 to Tyler Lloyd.
Looks like Lloyd is a switch hitter as he was batting from the left-hand side yesterday, batting righty tonight. Might be the only switch hitter on this roster as of now.
Righty to righty, 2 strikes the count with 1 out. Garcia taking a long time, now he's set. He pauses at the belt and delivers. Lloyd takes high, ball 1-1-2. Tyler push on deck, he beat out an infield single his first time up, then came around to score. 3-2, Sunfish. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Garcia set. Now the throw to first, and Mize dives in safely. With a count at 1-2, and I'm sure everyone expecting a breaking ball to Lloyd. It's a good count for Mize to try and run on. We'll see if he goes here with a count at 1-2. The set. Garcia pauses. Deals the 1-2, pitches in the dirt, and now Mize hustling for second, and he'll make it. It'll be a wild pitch. He was not going with the pitch. And Garcia buried the slider.
It's been a tough series for Sioux Falls catchers, as both Kalei Wavehi and last night's catchers, now designated hitter Carter Tibbetts, struggled behind the plate as well.
Now the count is 2-2, runner at second, 1 out. The set, the pitch. Lloyd swings and pops it up, fouling out of play to the right. And the count remains 2-2. They are giving Mize a stolen base. Might want to check that.
We're checking the scoring. They're marking that a stolen base. That one in the dirt got away from play to a bait. Not sure if I agree with that one.
Runner at second, 1 out, 2-2 the count. A run in for the Moo here in the bottom of the second. Cut it to 3-2 Sioux Falls. The 2-2, swinging a pop-up right side, fouling out of play. Still 2-2, Lloyd.
Again, it's these right-handed hitters fouling it to the right side. I haven't seen a pretty pull one foul call. Last night we saw it a lot to the right side. 3 runs, 5 hits for the Sunfish. 2 runs off 3 hits for Fremont. The 2-2 pitch here.
Now the set, and they play on the runner at second, Mize. Throw back not in time to get Drew.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, how Simonson was up to 40 pitches. Well, just like that, Garcia, this is number 39 for him upcoming. So, not exactly a pitching showcase here in eastern Nebraska on a cloudy Wednesday night.
Count is 2-2. Lloyd set and delivers. And it's cued foul around home plate. Still 2-2.
You think we'd see an active night out of both bullpens?
Yeah, I feel like we're going to see plenty of arms, and especially this stage of the season, you're going to see short outings, short leashes, as managers try to get a handle on what they've been dealt in terms of pitchers for the season. 2-2 the count to Lloyd. He's fouled off 3 2-strike pitches. Runner at second, 1 out. 3-2 Sioux Falls, bottom of the second. Moo threatening to tie. The set and the pitch, slider in the dirt. Ball 3, and the count is full 3-2. And yet another tough Moo at bat. Lloyd was down 0-2. Took 2 balls. Fouled 3 off, and now has worked at full.
He had a couple of them yesterday that were really, really good. I think it's not even an individual player thing anymore. It's just the whole lineup at this point.
9 tough outs. It's a pretty good way to live.
Tyler Matalloy.
Full count, 1 out. The set. The pitch from Garcia, and it's popped up right side, fouling out of play. Still 3-2.
Garcia.
This will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat. Man, this is a way to burn a lot of gas on one hitter, and they keep fouling you off and fouling you off and fouling you off. Full count, 1 out. Moo with a 3-2 deficit in the bottom of the second. Here it is. And that is taken just inside ball 4. Boy, it didn't miss by much. Matalloy rewarded for a tough at-bat by drawing a 10-pitch walk, and there are 2 on with 1 out.
You know things are going right for your lineup when your 9-hitter draws a 10-pitch walk, and that's, like you said, a lot of gas to burn on a 9-hitter, especially with Push and Morphew coming up. Really not what you want if you're Sioux Falls, but exactly what you want if you're Fremont.
Now 2 on, 1 out for Push. Infield single and a run scored. And now a couple men heading down to the Sunfish bullpen, as they may get active here before long. Righty to righty, setting the first pitch. Push swings, grounds foul to the left, strike 1, 0-1. Boy, just thinking about this, as fast as Push is, it's a shame he did not learn how to hit left-handed. Not that he's deficient right-handed. He's an excellent hitter in that respect too, but at the same time, if he were a left-hand hitter, man, he'd be a couple steps closer to the base, be able to hustle out more infield singles. 2 on, 1 out, 0-1 the count. 3-2 Sioux Falls, bottom of the second. 1 strike pitch. There's a slider in the dirt, taken for a ball. We're even at 1. Mize, the runner at second, took a couple of aggressive steps toward third. However, he hit the brakes.
Gets it to the right side.
I just never feel like I have enough time.
That just shows the speed. All right, of course, yesterday has the
1-1 the count to Push.
right on the base paths is Tyler Push. Let's see if he can get it.
Outfield playing Push drastically to pull. So against Fremont's right-hand batters early in the count, that center fielder Forte is 20 to 25 feet to the left of straightaway center. The left fielder Dutka is pretty much straight away in front of the Moeller monster. And Beers looks like he's more or less straight away and right, so they're giving away the right center power alley. 2 on, 1 out. Now the runners go. Pitches a slider for both. 1, and now the throw to third to try and catch Mize. Stealing is very late, so the double steal successful.
Now off that one pitch, 2 runners now in scoring position.
Count is 2-2, and now the Moo with a pair in scoring position.
Steals number 14 and 15 for the Moo. So bump that average up just a little bit.
Yeah, the scoreboard says 2-2 to the umpire.
3-2 Sioux Falls. We're in the bottom of the second inning. 1 out. Runners second and third. And now Garcia is set.
Garcia sets, looks in.
Delivers the 2-2. And that one hits the outside corner, called a strike.
Now a 2-2
Strike to
count.
Push.
2-2 count now to Tyler Push.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count to Push. Steps back in.
Third strikeout of the series.
Mize at third, Matalloy at second with 1 out. A run in this inning for the Moo.
Third,
Garcia comes set.
looks into Push.
Deals the 2-2. Push swings and lofts it down the right field line, fouling out of play, and the count remains 2-2. A reminder, we're back here at Moeller Field tomorrow night to wrap up this 3-game series. That is, of course, weather permitting. We're hopeful that we'll be able to get it in. 7:05 first pitch, our pregame coverage at 6:45 on Big Dog 98.9 and 1340 and FremontMoo.com as Fremont takes on the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Sunfish a 3-2 lead, bottom of the second.
Two here in the bottom of the second.
Now the set, and the 2-2 is poked foul, and the count remains 2-2.
If you're coming out to tomorrow night's game, of course, weather pending, they are expecting sunny skies with a high of around 69 degrees tomorrow, a low of 45. However, overnight tonight, there's going to be some heavy stuff and a cold front coming through, so we'll see what the field conditions look like. But once again, it's going to be down in the mid-40s by the middle innings tomorrow, so bring a jacket or a nice warm pair of gloves.
Second and third, one out. This set. Garcia with a 2-2 push takes just over the outer part of the plate, but low. Ball 3, and we're full. 3-2.
Now full on back-to-back batters. And Lloyd ended up walking. Let's see what Bush can do. He was on base with his.
Darian Morphew on deck. We are in the bottom of the second. 3-2 Moo. Or 3-2 Sunfish, rather. Now the count full at 3-2 to Push. This set by Garcia. The righty brings it home, and Push swings and dribbles it up the third base line, charging Licone, and he'll have no play anywhere. It's an infield single for Push.
Man, he is so fast. We didn't have a chance the second he picked the ball up. He didn't even bother throwing. I mean, goodness gracious. We might have Barry Allen out there on the base bats. Of course, the alter ego of the DC superhero, the Flash.
I'm glad you were able to pay off that reference. All right, bases loaded. One out, a run in. Darian Morphew, the batter. He drew a walk his first time up. The Moo banging on the door. We'll see if it pops open.
Wait, you didn't know who the Flash was?
No.
What?
All right. Sounds good.
I'm not a big comic book guy.
All
right.
Oh, that should be a fun summer.
Bases loaded, one out, 3-2 Sioux Falls, bottom of the second. First pitch to Morphew, a slider inside corner at the knees, called a strike 0-1.
Just counting down the days till Loki drops on Disney Plus on June 9th, which I'm pretty certain Nate will not be watching.
You are correct, sir. 0-1 the count, the pitch. Morphew takes high and away, now 1-1. I gotta be honest with you, I'm not a big movie guy, I'm not a big scripted television guy. If it ain't sports and occasionally news, I'm probably not watching it. 1-1 the count, one out, bases full. Garcia set and delivers. And Morphew takes low for ball 2. The throw back to third is not in time. It squirts through Licone, but not far enough to allow Mize to try and score. Still count it 2-1.
Whereas earlier today I was having a little bit of a discussion with my old boss down in Columbia at KCOU Sports, the legendary Josh Neighbors, on whether my favorite movie of all time, The Social Network, was any good. I love it. He thinks it's just okay. But Nate can probably confirm he hasn't seen that as well.
Not true. I have seen it.
Oh, you have seen it.
It's a great movie. Count. I enjoyed it. 2-1 the count. The pitch to Morphew in the dirt. Ball 3, 3-1, and now the pot is starting to boil around the pitcher Garcia. This inning, he's given up 3 hits and a walk, and the count is 3-1 to Morphew. The Sunfish holds.
Scoreboard says 3-1, but it's in fact 2-2.
We check ourselves, 2-2 the count. Here it is. Swinging a chopper back up in the middle, ranging left. The shortstop Garcia steps back and retires. Push going first to second, but a run comes in to score, and this is tied at 3 here in the bottom of the second.
You know, got the job done. Nice piece of situational hitting there by Morphew after another tough at bat.
Next up to bat,
And also a nice play by Garcia to make sure he stepped on a bag and got at least an out. We've seen those scenarios play out where sometimes nobody gets thrown out. So if you're a Sunfish fan, nice play there by your shortstop, but the game is tied.
Now the batter, E.J. Taylor. He grounded to second his first time up.
Second, 3-3 tie here at Fremont. First pitch to Taylor. Garcia actually throws.
Now a play to first and the runner back safely.
Back safely.
I mean, you have to check these runners if you're a pitcher of any opposing team from now on, because they're going to run on you at will, the Fremont Moo.
He had a walk and a stolen base and a double steal by himself and Drew Mize. Mize just scored on that.
Runners at the corners, 2 outs. This set. The pitch, Taylor cuts and misses on a fastball, strike 1.
Right down the middle.
So the move tied it up at 3. Both teams are running the first, 2 in the second. Boy, if this pattern holds, we're going to see a million runs in this game. 0-1 the count. The right-hander, Taylor, pauses at the belt. Deals the 0-1. Slider. Runner goes pitch, swung on, miss for a strike. The throw to second is going to pop out of the shortstop's glove behind the play. The runner from third scores. And the Moo take a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the second.
My goodness, they're just running wild. You got cows running wild on the base paths tonight.
Now the count at 0-2, so both get credit for a stolen base there. The throw beat Morphew easily.
16 and 17 was your stolen base counter for the Moo this season.
And the 0-2 pitch slider, low and away, ball 1-1-2. These men are nothing if not smooth criminals. Little Alien Ant Farm reference for you. Count at 1-2, runner at second, 2 outs, 4-3. The Moo leads Sioux Falls. Now the right-hander Garcia is set. 1-2 the count, here it is. Fastball up and in, 2-2.
Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs once again. You're going to get a sponsor from someone, so I'm going to say Juice is Wild instead of sponsored by someone. If you have any suggestions, tweet at SF.
Runner at second is Morphew. 2 gone here in the bottom of the second inning. The set by Garcia. His 2-2 pitch in on the hands of Taylor, and he fought it off foul to the right. And count holds it 2-2.
Sunfish,
in the Sioux Falls third, it'll be Beers, Tibbetts, and Lee Cohen, the heart of their order. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Now the set at the belt. Garcia delivers. And Taylor swings and misses for strike 3 to end the inning. But the Moo take back the lead. They do it on 3 runs, on 3 hits. No errors, 1 left on. We go to the top of the third, and it's time for me to take a bathroom break. Brought to you by Wheezy Plumbing, Heating, and Excavating. When something messy breaks, remember your duty is our duty at Wheezy Plumbing. Call 721-6908. To complete it, Muller, Fremont 4, and Sioux Falls 3.
Fremont Moo fans love their meat, and Hy-Vee has all your favorites at the best prices this summer. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Steaks, always low prices on your favorite flavors and brats. There's boneless, skinless chicken breasts, chicken grillers, America's pork chops for the grill, and the best cuts of salmon and seafood for that summer party on the patio. Shop online right now. Go to HyVeeIslesOnline.com and place that order with Fremont Hy-Vee. Proud to be a part of the Fremont Moo. Wow, great space, nice and clean, decent square footage, a lot of potential. When do we move in?
You know this is for storage, right? It's not a man cave.
Oh, with storage units this nice, no wonder it feels like home. Morningside Storage is a full-service facility including indoor and outdoor, 5x10, 10x10, 10x20s, and plenty of outdoor storage for campers, boats, and RVs. They're safe and secure with reasonable rates. Morningside Storage, just west of Luther and Morningside. Call 402-317-9261 now.
We are live and rolling back here for the top of the third inning. The Fremont Moo have the 4-3 lead on a back and forth affair. Zach Berman alongside Nate Rohr as Declan Beers
for the rest of the inning.
moseys into the batter's box to lead off the top of the third. Like I said, a back and forth affair between the two. Both teams plated 1 in the first inning. Sioux Falls countered with a 2-run second, but Fremont countered right back with a 3-run bottom half of the second, thanks to some timely hitting and some great base running. And that's where we stand right now, righty to lefty. Beers, who singled in his first plate appearance, takes an inside ball 1 from Ben Simonson.
Last night it was Carter Tibbetts, and so he showed them by hitting a monster home run to left field.
Already 5 hits for the Sunfish that have resulted in those 3 runs as swinging and missing on ball 1 is Declan Beers. Of course, Beers is the, no pun intended, beer batter of the game here at Moeller Field. So should he strike out, it's half-price Beers for the rest of the inning. The 1-2 is hit high in the air, deep center field, way back, and making the catch out there in center is pushed to retire Declan Beers. A nice play out there by Push, who was ranging back and back and back, but he's able to make the grab for the first out of the inning. Carter Tibbetts, who went 2 for 4 yesterday. He walked his first time up. Right-hand hitting designated hitter. He caught yesterday's contest. Righty to righty. Simonson, the first pitch here to Tibbetts, and he takes a called strike 1.
Back to my story that I was closing out the bottom of the second with.
So no balls, 1 strike, one out, top of the 3rd inning between the Moo and the Sunfish is taking ball 1 is Tibbetts. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Count 1-2 on Carter Tibbetts. Simonson looks to be settling down a little bit after a bumpy ride there in the 2nd inning in which 2 runs crossed for the Sunfish. The 1-2 to Tibbetts, and that is in the dirt. Nice block there behind the plate by Meyer. Count goes 2-2 on Tibbetts. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And here is the delivery from Simonson. 1 hops the catcher's glove. Count goes full, 3-2.
In between pitches, right?
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Righty to righty. Simonson deals, and Tibbetts takes ball 4 outside. So Tibbetts has his 2nd walk in as many at-bats.
Jesus Licon.
To bring up Jesus Licon, who grounded out in his first plate appearance. The runner off at first is Tibbetts. Righty to righty, Simonson deals to Licon, who takes strike 1. Just a little bit low over the bottom half of the plate. Count 0-1 on Licon as Meyer trots out to say something to Simonson before going back behind the plate. We did have some blue skies earlier, but some ominous clouds out in the distance, signaling, of course, that cold front that's supposed to come in the wee hours of the morning. The 0-1 to Licon with 1 down and 1 on, and Simonson ready and delivers. High for ball 1, that one is. After today, 1 more against Sioux Falls before Hastings comes to town for Friday and Saturday. Friday, fireworks, and Saturday, 9 innings of winning before an off day on Sunday. And Licon is a long fly ball out there to left, out towards the Moeller Monster, and it's off the Monster. Morphew botches it, and then it's botched out and short by Push, so it is a double. Both runners hold on 2nd and 3rd respectively, and the Sunfish are in business to tie or take the lead on the 1-out double by Licon, who absolutely smacked that baseball. That's a home run in most ballparks, except for here and maybe Duncan. So Kalei Uhavehi, tonight's catcher, up at the plate. He doubled and scored in his first plate appearance with a 1 out and a possible announcer jinx on my end, as after getting the leadoff batter out in Beers, right back on the struggle bus goes Simonson, as Kalei Uhavehi steps off. We do have arms warming in the Moo bullpen. Cannot tell you who is. Nate's binoculars are way off yonder. First pitch to Kalei Uhavehi taken for ball 1. 4-3 is our score. Like I have said, high scoring thus far. The 1-0s taken for a called strike on the outside corner. Count 1-1 on Kalei Uhavehi out of Hawaii.
Simonson in the windup, he's getting a sizable lead there at third.
The 1-1 pitch.
Not covering.
Simonson deals.
Simonson.
Outside corner, called strike 2 on Kalei Uhavehi, who was 1 out away from sitting down. Righty to righty, Simonson deals with runners off of second and third, those being Tibbetts and Lee Cohn. And here is the 1-2, and it's high. Count goes 2-2. So Tibbetts is off of third. Lee Cohn is off of second. Tibbetts reached on a walk and then advanced to third on the double. Lee Cohn, the long, loud double off the Molar Monster. The 2-2 pitch from Simonson. Righty to righty. And the delivery. In the dirt, nice block there by Meyer. Count goes full. Simonson having trouble putting guys away. So you wonder how long Coach Bennett is going to give Simonson his leash. The 3-2 again from Simonson with runners off second and third, and the pitch is popped foul. First base side out of play. We stay full count. So once again, Tibbetts off of third, Lee Cohn off of second, Kalei Uhavehi at the plate, and Simonson on the mound. So already surrendered 3 runs, and here is the 3-2. Swung on and missed. Simonson sits him down with the inside breaking ball, and it fooled Kalei Uhavehi for a big out number 2.
Next up to bat for the Sunfish, number 4, Adonis Forte.
So Adonis Forte comes up to the plate as there's a meeting on the pitcher's mound before they figure out a plan of attack for Forte, who singled and scored in the first, but the story of his game thus far. Forte making an absolutely unbelievable catch as Simonson will come back and then leave the mound as he gets some high fives from the bullpen. And we're going to take a break here, and let's see who the new pitcher is after we come back.
Gentlemen, here at Weesey Plumbing and Excavating, our customer's duty is our duty.
Yes, Drill Sergeant.
Now, you're Fremont's finest, and I want you... Our customers will find us in Fremont, on Facebook, and online at WeeseyPlumb.com. Weesey Plumbing and Excavating. Your duty is our duty.
La Hacienda Mexican Restaurant, your favorite family-owned restaurant, is offering their family special. Right now, feed the whole family with 12 tacos, rice, beans, chips, and salsa for only $25. Thursday, get $2 off house pitchers of margaritas on the rocks. The family special isn't only for game days. Get it anytime. La Hacienda, 3140 Elk Lane, across the street from Goodwill. Call in your Feed the Family special order ahead at 721-9909 or order online at lahaciendafremont.com. Then head home and enjoy.
Jaden Payne.
Back with you from Fremont as we are in the top of the third inning.
Jaden Payne is the new Moo pitcher, the lefty out of Cloud County Community College. He's got an unorthodox wind-up and delivery as he almost steps right off of the mound. And he's going to have his work cut out for him as Simonson exits after 2 2/3. So that was it for Ben Simonson. So 2 2/3, 2 runs on 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 strikeouts. and 2 walks as Payne takes a first pitch called ball 1 on Adonis Forte. Forte singled and scored in his first time up, but more importantly, he possibly saved a run with a spectacular diving catch out there in center. In the bottom of the first as Payne throws his first strike of the evening. Strike 1 on Forte. Runners off second and third, Lee Cohn and Tibbetts on second and third respectively. The 1-1 pitch is a fastball called strike 2 on the outside corner. Count goes 1-2 on Forte. Lee Cohn reached after ripping a double to left, and Tibbetts reached after walking and going over to third on the aforementioned double. Payne one strike away from getting out of the jam as he jams it out to third. Across is Reynolds, and the throw is in time. Score the play, 5-3. Nice throw by Reynolds. Better scoop by the first baseman for the Moo, E.J. Taylor, to retire the side. So the Sunfish strand 3 and still trail, or strand 2 and still trail 4-3 after 2.5.
Husqvarna now has special financing and extreme outdoor power with approved credit. Available on all Husqvarna residential or commercial acreage and zero-turn mowers. Get the professional power you need today with 6-year warranties on residential or 10-year warranties on commercial mowers. Extreme Outdoor Power repairs most major brands, and they carry a full line of battery-powered equipment too. Stop into Extreme Outdoor Power and visit with Rick LaReger today at 805 South Broad Street in Fremont. Did you know at Deals Ford Lincoln we have a team of highly trained Ford-certified technicians that will make all the difference in your automotive service needs? Ford has long been on the cutting edge of automotive technology. Don't trust your Ford to an unqualified mechanic. Get it done right the first time. The Deals Ford way. We service all makes and models, and we welcome the opportunity to be your family's certified service technicians. Contact Deals Ford Lincoln Service at 402-721-1472 to schedule a service appointment today.
Getting ready for the bottom of the third inning with the Moo holding a 4-3 lead on Sioux Falls. It'll be the middle third of the order, Reller, Callahan, and Koski due to hit for the Sunfish, and we'll see what they're able to do against a new right-hander.
That new right-hander is number 28 for the Sunfish, Drew Ballou, who is taking the mound for the first time in his Moo career. Of course, he is going to have to face 4, 5, and 6 Reller, Callahan, and Koski. Drew Ballou, tall right-hand hitter, or right-hand pitcher. Ballou finishing up his warm-up pitches.
Up to bat for Fremont.
And his first batter that he shall face is the dangerous Brock Reller, who had a sac fly and an RBI in his first plate appearance. Of course, that was the play accentuated by the ridiculous catch by Garcia out in center. Ballou, righty. Reller, the lefty. First pitch here from Ballou. And Reller takes a low called strike 1. Reller 2 for 5, batting .400 in his first few at-bats. Of course, hit a home run in yesterday's contest. And the 0-1 from Ballou to Reller down the middle of the plate. Nice pitch there. Count goes 0-2. It's like Reller's trying to scout out the new arm. Outfielders playing fairly deep, as Reller does have power to spare. Here's the 0-2, and it's way outside. Count goes to 1-2. Nobody warming in either bullpen anymore. No starters making it through the third inning. as we'll get you the stat line on Garcia after this 1-2 pitch from Blue to Reller. The 1-2 righty to lefty, and Reller takes ball 2 up high. Garcia, 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 runs surrendered, all of them earned, 2 bases on balls and 1 strikeout. So not a great outing for him. Here is the 2-2, and that's sawed off, broken bat right to short, and making the catch is Garcia for out number 1.
Never good when your ears and your eyes can tell you that the pitch broke the bat of the batter, but that was exactly what happened, as you could see a little toothpick of the bat flung toward the first base side.
So off the broken bat pop-up, 1 down. Nice pitch there by Reller to saw off the ever so dangerous Reller, and Ballou records his first out as a Sioux Falls Sunfish and now has to deal with Austin Callahan, who grounded out at first base his first time up. Callahan takes ball 1 on the outside corner.
One of the 2 players on this team, the other being Blake Levicki, who hailed from Hawaii.
Blue also from Hawaii, one of the 2 Hawaiians on this roster, along with Cade Kalei-Uhavehi. 1-0 is wrapped to right field. Nice stab there by Funk, who flips it over to Ballou for out number 2, and a quick 2 outs score the play 3-1.
Fremont, number 14, designated
and there are 2 away.
Yes, you said that ball got to right field. It didn't, but man, as hard as it was hit, you thought it was going to get through, but instead flagged down by the first baseman for the second out, and Ballou's found his legs early.
Uncharacteristic 2 quick outs for the Moo as Koski, the designated hitter in the number 6 hole, steps in righty to righty against Ballou. Koski doubled and later scored in his first time up. The Moo are leading 4-3. Ballou deals to Koski, and Koski chases outside and holds up for ball 1. Koski 2 for 9 on the campaign, batting .222. 1-0 from Ballou to Ryan Koski, and that's low for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Due up for Sioux Falls, Funk, Gillard, and Garcia, 8, 9, and 1. The 2-0 pitch. Outside corner, called strike 1. We've seen this home plate Blue tonight be generous with these outside corner calls as the clouds have taken over the skies. The 2-1 pitch to Koski, hit high in the air, right center field. That could be tough. Back goes Beers at the wall, and it's off the wall. Beers fields it off the fence, and coming in with the second double of his performance is Ryan Koski. And with 2 outs, the move a runner in scoring position.
News, Koski serves that one the other way to right and was able to hustle over to second with a double. That ball kept going, and now Fremont with a runner in scoring position as they try to plate an insurance run.
Well, the ball is going to carry when it's hot, humid, and with a hitter's park out. And that took the ball out almost off that Coors Light sign out in right field, right below the auxiliary scoreboard, as Jackson Meyer, who grounded out in his first plate appearance, takes strike 1. A nice piece of hitting there by Koski, serving it the other way, as he's been the best hitter on this Moo team so far tonight. The 0-1 is inside 1-1 on the left-hand hitting Meyer. Meyer has not gotten a hit in his 4 plate appearances so far this season. The 1-1 pitch from Ballou to Meyer. He deals, and that's fouled right back into that screen. Count goes 1-2 on Jackson Meyer.
4-3 here in favor of the Moo. Haven't scored a run yet here in the bottom of the third.
Runner off second is Koski. Batter at the plate is Meyer. Drew Ballou in relieving Andrew Garcia. And the 1-2 is wrapped to right field, foul. Just a touch on the early side, and we stay 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes again here in the bottom of the third inning. A high scoring and slow first 3 innings. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed to retire the side, so the Moose strand the 2-out double by Koski, and that's how the third ends after 4-3 with Fremont on top.
School's out for summer. Celebrate this weekend with the Fremont Moo at historic Muller Field. Friday at 7:05, get your summer off to an explosive start with post-game Friday night fireworks presented by the Nebraska Lottery. Then on Saturday at 7:05, it's Swing into Winning Saturday. You are entered into drawings for team-signed balls, jerseys, and other great prizes. Buy raffle tickets to the game for chances to win great prizes, including ticket vouchers to Sturvco concerts at Harrah's Council Bluffs. For more information, visit FremontMoo.com. Fremont Moo Baseball. Party till the cows come home.
My husband and I love to live in Nebraska.
It's the good life.
We always vacation here.
Love those Nebraska state parks.
We love to eat here.
Where are you going to get a better steak?
And we love to play here, especially Nebraska Pick 5 from the Nebraska Lottery. It has a $50,000 starting jackpot, drawing 7 days a week, and all the proceeds go back to our state.
Hey, honey, this weekend, let's buy some Nebraska Pick 5 tickets, go to a state park, and grill some steaks.
Like our first date.
I'm no amateur.
Top prize odds 1 in 501,000.
Husqvarna now has special financing and extreme outdoor power with approved credit. Available on all Husqvarna residential or commercial acreage and zero-turn mowers. Get the professional power you need today with 6-year warranties on residential or 10-year warranties on commercial mowers. Extreme Outdoor Power repairs most major brands, and they carry a full line of battery-powered equipment too. Stop into Extreme Outdoor Power and visit with Rick LaReger today at 805 South Broad Street in Fremont.
Top of the fourth inning between the Moo and the Sunfish on a cloudy Wednesday night. Zach Berman, Nate Rohr with you. The Moo lead 4-3 as we take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by the Nebraska Lottery. Souris Valley with a 6-2 lead over Wheat City. That game out in Minot. Western Nebraska up 2 over Casper. That game is 2-0. Mining City and Canyon County still scoreless, and Spearfish with a 3-1 lead over the Badlands Big Sticks. As Bobby Funk, the number 8 hitter, comes up to face against Jaden Payne on relief duty for Ben Simonson. Funk, the righty, against the lefty Payne. First pitch to Funk, high for ball 1.
The Nebraska Lottery reminds you that Friday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $22 million.
1-0 pitch inside for ball 2.
The Nebraska Lottery, why wait to win?
2 balls, no strikes, nobody out. 4-3 Moo after 7 runs combined crossing the first 2 frames for each team is swinging and missing on the 2-0 pitch is Mr. Funk. And the count goes to 2-1. The 2-1 pitch is fouled back into the screen. 2-2.
This is a really tough assignment for right-hand batters. You've got the lefty Payne coming from that 3/4 arm angle, and with the breaking stuff coming right at you, it's pretty imposing.
2-2 pitch is outside corner. This time it's not called. Count goes full. Funk 0 for 4 in the season, 0 for 4 between yesterday and today, and the 3-2 pitch is fouled back over the backstop. Count stays full. Nobody on base here. 3-2 count as Jaden Payne, the lefty, to Bobby Funk, the righty. He deals, and that is outside by a hair. And a leadoff walk for the Sunfish.
Up to bat for the Sunfish, number 16, Brandon Gillard.
So the runner on, Gillard, who struck out his first time up, steps into the batter's box. Gillard, the starting second baseman for the Sunfish. Runner on first, that is Funk. First delivery to Gillard, who almost gets hit there with the inside breaking ball. Count 1-0.
Man, I'm surprised they didn't ring him up on that ball 4 pitch.
The 1-0 pitch is called strike one on the inside corner. 1-1's the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. It is Payne versus Gillard, and Payne deals, and that's fouled. First base side out of play. 1-2 is the count. I'd say the crowd is about the same as yesterday, maybe a little bit more. A late arriving crowd here in Fremont. The 1-2 is called strike 3 on the high fastball to retired Gillard, who goes down swinging and looking at his first 2 at-bats, and that's out number 1.
For the Sunfish, number 10, Benito
All he needs to do is bunt for strike 3, and he's got the complete set of strikeout variants. But a big first out there for Payne to get the strikeout looking.
Well, a bunt strike 3 and a strike 3, then that gets away from the catcher, I'd say. So he's got 2 more as the first pitch taken for ball number 1 by Benito Garcia. Garcia led off with a ground out before singling in his second at bat. Runner on is Funk, and the pitch to Garcia is hit to second. Second to short, back to first as Mataloid hesitated a little bit before throwing over to Mize. They get the out at second, not at first. So score the force 4-6. A fielder's choice. As Garcia now sitting on first base. Kenny Dutka homered in his first at bat. Dutka shows bunt and bunts foul for strike 1. 0-1 the count, lefty to lefty. Payne looking to get out of this inning with little to no pain. There's my pun.
Oh boy. Well, hey.
The 0-1 from Payne is inside 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here at historic Moeller Field, and the pitch is hit to Reynolds, Callahan fires over to Taylor to retire the side score at 5-3, and after 3.5, the Moo lead 4-3.
Husqvarna now has special financing and extreme outdoor power with approved credit. Available on all Husqvarna residential or commercial acreage and zero-turn mowers. Get the professional power you need today with 6-year warranties on residential or 10-year warranties on commercial mowers. Extreme Outdoor Power repairs most major brands, and they carry a full line of battery-powered equipment too. Stop into Extreme Outdoor Power and visit with Rick LaRegia today at 805 South Broad Street in Fremont. Did you know at DS Ford Lincoln, we have a team of highly trained, Ford-certified technicians that will make all the difference in your automotive service needs. Ford has long been on the cutting edge of automotive technology. Don't trust your Ford to an unqualified mechanic. Get it done right the first time. The DS Ford way. We service all makes and models, and we welcome the opportunity to be your family's certified service technicians. Contact DS Ford Lincoln Service at 402-721-1472 to schedule a service appointment today.
Inspro Insurance is your locally owned and independent insurance agency. Inspro is a Marsh & McLennan Agency LLC company representing many insurance carriers, including EMC Insurance. EMC ranks among the top 60 in the U.S. to give you the best coverage and value. Serving Fremont for over 60 years, Inspro remains committed to providing professional and personal service. Proceeding with confidence. Inspro, a Marsh & McLennan Agency LLC company in Fremont, West Point, Wahoo, Omaha, Lincoln, and West Des Moines. At InSproINS.com on the web.
Bottom of the fourth inning, 4-3 our score between the Moo and the Sunfish. For my tri-state area folks listening back home, both Yankees and Mets games rained out due to inclement weather. The Islanders, congratulations to them. They win their series with a 5-3 Game 6 win over the Penguins, whereas the Knicks and Hawks locked in a good one, 72-69 in the third quarter, with Atlanta leading from Madison Square Garden. Bottom of the fourth here, as Drew Ballou is ready against Drew Mize. First pitch to Mize from Drew to Drew, outside for ball one.
Was that scoreboard update from the Tri-Cities area teams brought to you by 877 Cars for Kids?
Most likely. If it wasn't that, it was a Celino and Barnes injury attorney. 800-628-2020 as the ball was taken outside. Count goes 2-0 on Drew Mize. You know, when you live out there long enough, you get those ads hammered into you like nails. 2-0 from Drew Ballou to Drew Mize, and the pitch is swung on and miss, a hearty hack for strike one on an outside strike.
Listening to John Sterling for 162 games is the audio equivalent of having nails hammered into your ears, so...
I'm not going to deny that.
Okay, good.
And the pitch is swung on and popped foul. Third base side out of play. That's my John Sterling. Count goes 2-2.
Now, surely you're saving this for the trip up to North Dakota to go through the entire roster to make a scripted, cutesy home run call for each guy, right?
I am not doing that. No way. No way.
Thank goodness. I would throw you out of the bus somewhere in rural South Dakota.
Pitch to Mize is line foul down the first base side. Count stays 2-2. You know, you listen to a lot of John Sterling, whereas growing up, of course, a Yankee fan, even though I do love my John Sterling and my Michael Kay, you grow to realize that the Mets have the best broadcast crew in Major League Baseball. The 2-2 pitch to Mize is fouled off again. I am receiving word that we may or may not be under a severe weather watch out in Fremont. Does not look like anything yet, even though that cold front is creeping ever so closely, as Grand Island and Kearney seem to be getting slammed as we speak. The 2-2 to Mize is fouled off again, first base side out of play.
So that would give it about 2.5 hours for that storm issue to be out there. Grand Island 2.5 hours away, give or take. So we should be able to play most of, if not all of this game. Certainly enough to get it official.
Of course, if this becomes official after 4.5 innings, as the 2-2 is taken away, 3-2. It will probably get called the sign of lightning, which we should be able to see from our perch above Moeller. But if you're listening and in the Cornhusker State or the surrounding area, stay safe. 3-2 again from Ballou to Mize as Ballou steps off. Hopefully this storm clears with enough time for the grass to dry for tomorrow's contest. Here's the 3-2, and Mize hits it through the wickets of the third baseman, Lee Cohn. And it should be a base hit, but we'll see how it is scored. Regardless of, Mize is sitting pretty at first.
See, I think it should be an error because I thought he had a chance to get down and he just simply didn't. And the ball got through him, but for the most important thing, Fremont has the leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the fourth.
As we await the scoring decision for Mize here, First pitch incoming to Mata Lloyd with the dangerous Mize off of first. It's away for ball one.
They have scored it an error, by the way, and like I said, I feel like that's the right call.
Upon further consideration, I would agree with you. So it is an E5 on Lee Cohn. And the 1-0 to Mata Lloyd as Baloo checks back on the speedy Mize. Mata Lloyd betting $375 in this early season. 3 for 8. The 1-0 pitch. And now Mize takes off. The runner goes. The Sioux Falls catcher, Kalei Uhavehi, doesn't even bother throwing a first as Drew Mize taking off like the Roadrunner for another stolen base.
5 stolen bases tonight for the Moo as they try and push another insurance run across here in the 4th.
The 2-0 pitch to Mata Lloyd, dealing his Baloo, and it's fouled back into the screen. 2-1. You know, I take a little bit of my broadcast cues from Sterling. He happens to be one of the best educated in the booth. It seems like they get every single little fact on every opponent, whereas you listen to some other crews in smaller markets and you don't learn anything about their own guy, except for their own guys.
Typical New York guys, they do everything right.
The 2-1 pitch, I never said he did everything right. That's low and away. Count 3-1. Sterling's like your old uncle at a wedding. You love him, and then after a while you're like, it's getting a little bit obnoxious, and then you realize you got to listen to him for 162 plus the playoffs.
He's not going anywhere either.
No, he is not. The 3-1 to Mata Lloyd swung on and missed. Count goes full. He's going to call those games until the cows come home.
They might cryogenically freeze him in the off seasons just so he can squeeze out a couple extra seasons.
I don't even know if WFAN has even thought about replacing Mata Lloyd. Hits it to right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. It's going to score the speedy Mize, who is going to come in without a relay as it's cut off. It's an RBI single for Tyler Mata Lloyd, and Fremont takes a 5-3 lead.
2 impressive at-bats tonight from the Moo number 9 hitter Mata Lloyd. There, he had a full count and just went with the ball, serving it down the right field line deep enough to score Mize with that important insurance run. Now the Moo up 2 here in the 4th.
Well, not the guy you want to face with a runner on if you're Sioux Falls, and that would be Tyler Push, who's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. He's been absolutely dangerous, as Mata Lloyd is also quite dangerous on the base paths. I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over and over again, but so it goes with the Moo, and there goes Mata Lloyd. The throw to second, not in time, as it hits off the bag. But the throw just a bit late by Kalei Uhavehi, another stolen base for the Fremont Moo, as the Sunfish catchers just have no response, whether it be Kalei Uhavehi or Tibbetts yesterday, but they're going for their own record yesterday.
They simply cannot control the Fremont running game. The Moo, especially the speedier guys like Mata Lloyd, can steal more or less at will.
So runner on second, and now the 0-1 pitch to Push, who swings and misses. That's an 0-2. Count on Push. Push knew he shouldn't have swung at that as he steps out of the box for a second. The 0-2 from Baloo to Push. Baloo righty to righty deals outside. Count 1-2 on the Moo leadoff hitter.
God, did you see Mata Lloyd out there at second before that 0-2 pitch?
He's thinking about it.
Dancing, bopping. He's trying to get in the mind of the catcher.
Well, it's free bases at this point.
Sure.
I mean, is it really stealing if nobody's guarding? The 1-2 is hit down the right field line, hooking foul. Count stays 1-2.
It's a very deep existential question.
Have the Moo been caught stealing yet this year? I do not believe they have been.
I feel like once.
Maybe in that opener against Hastings, the 10-9 loss that remains their only L on the calendar thus far.
Second, in the form of Tyler Matalode.
1-2 again from Baloo to Push, and Baloo deals, and Push swings and misses for strike 3. Nice outside fastball there for
Number 7,
Drew Baloo
Darian Morphew.
for the first out of the inning, and now the dangerous Morphew comes in with a tantalizing matchup against the righty Baloo. The lefty Morphew has walked and grounded into a force. Morphew great at battling back in counts, and also another base stealing threat. Of course, Mata Lloyd is definitely thinking about it as he's got a lead off of second. There he goes. The pitch swung on and missed. The throw to third is in time to get Tyler Mata Lloyd. So there's your caught stealing, as Kalei Uavehi with a cannon over to Lee Cohn, who gets the tag down in time and wipes out the Moo base running threat.
Tough way to lose that base runner, but as you mentioned, the Moo have been caught rarely, if at all, in the early going this year, so why not make them stop you? And finally, Sioux Falls answered.
It's the count 0-1 on Morphew, and here is that 0-1. Breaking ball inside called strike 2. Quick 0-2 for the Moo. Due up for Sioux Falls, Beers, Tibbetts, and Lee Cohn. Heart of the order, 3, 4, 5 for the Sunfish. And the 0-2 from Baloo to Morphew, and the pitch is fouled off third base side out of play. I strategically decided to park my car about as far back as I could to make sure I don't wind up with a busted windshield. Although there's a chance that any possible hail tonight could do that anyway.
Or I just take a hammer and bash it.
That as well. The 0-2 from Baloo to Morphew, and Morphew lines it into the screen for a foul ball. Count stays 0-2.
Not that bad a guy. Come on, give me some credit.
You know, we're in a group chat with the rest of the other broadcasters in the Expedition League, and when I commented how everybody in the Midwest was so nice compared to my home in the Northeast, you responded, "I could be a jerk if you really need me to be."
There you go. I'm just trying to make you feel more comfortable.
And that was my first impression of you.
It's all about you, Zach. We got to make you feel comfortable.
The 0-2 pitch is it high in the air, drifting foul and out of play down the left field side. Lost it in the lights for a bit, tracking it by those fans that picked it up. A young fan in an orange Moo hat. But in all seriousness, Nate, thanks for taking me under your shoulder, under your wing, and I'm excited to work with you all season. The 0-2 to Morphew is lined into center field, and that's going to drop for a base hit. Forte is not diving for that, so that's where the caught stealing becomes all so important, as that likely scores Mata Lloyd if he's not caught stealing third. So instead of 6-3, we remain 5-3. Nice piece of hitting there by Morphew not to take away from that. And E.J. Taylor, who was 0 for 2, steps up.
You look back on Morphew's at bat, he fouled off 3 0-2 pitches before getting the one he could drive.
He's quite good at that.
And he drove it. He's a tough out.
Morphew, his average is going to go up from 416. Morphew thought about taking off and comes back as swinging and missing on the breaking ball is Taylor. 0-1. Sky shifting to a indigo-esque color. A little bit of a foreboding look on the horizon. The 0-1 to Taylor is outside for ball 1. 1-1.
This game has been played with, I think you can say, a deliberate pace, and so Like I said, we're optimistic we can at least play enough to make it official, but man, they're testing
The 1-1 pitch is outside for ball 2. I'm now getting an official weather update that is saying that the rain and storms are expecting to hit between 9:30 and 10.
Well then, that's coming.
Yes, it is. It's about an hour from now. As checking on Morphew is Baloo. That got away from Funk, but not far enough to the point where Morphew could try and go for second. So 2-1 is the count on Taylor, looking to drive a pitch for possibly his first home run of the season. You can see it in his stance. He's looking for a pitch to absolutely crush. 2-1. Here's the pitch. Check swing did not go around. Count goes 3-1.
Taylor looked like he wanted that one, but he checked.
Should Taylor walk, the dangerous Brock Reller, still without a hit tonight, but with an RBI to his name, would come up with 2 on. But first the 3-1, righty to righty, Baloo to Taylor. Baloo deals.
3-1 pitch to Taylor.
Outside and away for ball 4, so 2 runners are on for the dangerous push, or excuse me, the dangerous Reller.
Next up to bat for Fremont, number 24, your right fielder,
Brock Reller. 0 for 2, but his flyout, which was caught beautifully by the Sunfish center fielder Forte, did produce the Moo's first run of the evening. Reller 2 for 5 with 2 for 6, excuse me, with a homer and 3 RBIs. First pitch to Reller, low and called strike 1. Wind starting to pick up. You can see the flag start to dance a little bit. And the 0-1. Of course, should the Moo lead. And that pitch is crushed down the right field line, way foul. Of course, should the Sunfish go down scoreless in this next half inning, that would make it an official game. And any stoppages and cancelizations from there, cancellations from that point on, cancellation, not a real word,
yes,
would result in a Moo victory and a 3-game winning streak. Cancelizations.
My goodness.
The 0-2, runners both go, hit high in the air, foul down the left field line. We stay 0-2 on Reller. Reller's looking for a pitch to drive that. One of the more recent foul balls in this at bat went a country mile, but may have possibly landed up on the street. But Reller's swinging for Lincoln. The 0-2 from Baloo to Reller. Baloo deals, and that's fouled back again. Count stays 0-2.
Well, give Baloo credit. He seems to be around the strike zone all night, but on the other hand, his stuff isn't so imposing, so dominant, that these Moo players aren't able to at least get a little bat on it, foul it off, and stay alive.
Well, you can tell that he's being cautious with Reller, who can really take one out of here in a hurry. Here's the 0-2 to Reller, and Reller checks. Did he go? No, he did not, says the third base umpire. Count goes 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Brock Reller, with Morphew off second, Taylor off of first. 4-3 Moo our score, 5-3, excuse me, in the bottom of the 4th inning. The 1-2. And that pitch is hit on the ground. Could be a tough play. Funk slides and throws, and it gets away from the pitcher Baloo. A crucial mistake, and one that will result in a 6-3 ball game, as coming home to score is the runner Mata Lloyd. if you're a Sunfish, that absolutely cannot happen, as they were a toss away from getting out of the inning, but the toss from Baloo went high and Funk could not handle it. And Reller reaches on what will definitely be an error. The question is on who? And it's 6-3 Fremont.
And they are charging an error, and we await on whom, but the point is, run scores. I think it's got to be on the first baseman. But all the same, Fremont able to take advantage of the miscue.
First pitch missing to Callahan. Count 1-0. Of course, the run in was Lloyd. So he is home. Morphew at third.
Lloyd ends up scoring.
Or excuse me, Morphew at third and Taylor at first. Or I take that back. Lloyd scoring, Morphew at third. Yes. Taylor at third and Reller at first. 1-0 is hit high and foul to the left side.
Because if you'll remember, Lloyd was caught stealing.
Indeed. And that was a decision that I figured would cost the Moo at least a run or two, but apparently not the case, as the Moo have pushed across two since that happened. Still waiting to see if the error is scored on either Baloo or Funk. Here's the 1-1 swung on and missed by Callahan. Still looking for his first Moo hit. Count 1-2.
They did, in fact, put it on the first baseman and not the pitcher.
So call it an E3. So Taylor off of third, Reller off of first, and a 1-2 pitch incoming to Austin Callahan, and the deal is inside 2-2. Let's see if Callahan gets one he likes, as Reller got a couple tasty meatballs he didn't take advantage of, but righty to lefty is a tantalizing matchup with Callahan, who, like you said, was a major power hitter outside of the Moo organization. The 2-2 pitch is low and away. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 already in the frame. 6-3 Moo.
Yesterday they had 2 as well, both of them coming from Benito Garcia. Today spreading them out a little bit.
As Taylor off of third, Reller off of first, Baloo deals, and that's it high in the air to deep right, down the line, and foul into the Sunfish bullpen. Just a touch early on it as Callahan. We stay full.
We've seen a couple of drives down that right side from both Reller and Callahan where they've been just a touch early and been perhaps the most impressive hits of the game to this point.
Well, if that's just a little bit later of a swing, that winds up possibly going off the wall or even further with this humid air as the wind has seemed to die down a little bit. But any ounce of sky blue has been taken out of the equation as the sun has just about set here in Fremont. Let's try this again. First and third, 2 outs, 3-2, the pitch from Baloo. Runner goes, and swinging and missing is Callahan to end the frame, but 2 runs cross the plate for Fremont, and they have a 6-3 lead on Sioux Falls after 4.
Now that's what a solid piece of wood sounds like. Look just past that left field wall at Moeller Field, you'll see Christensen Lumber, a solid lumber company for nearly a century. And there goes another ball into the lumber yard. Professional builders know Christensen Lumber is their home run hitter for quality materials. More contractors and woodworkers will tell you Christensen Lumber is the best choice to find quality cuts of lumber since 1923. Christensen Lumber, it's where the pros go. 714 South Main, just past the left field wall at Moeller Field. Fremont Moo fans love their meat, and Hy-Vee has all your favorites at the best prices this summer. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Steaks, always low prices on your favorite flavors of brats. There's boneless, skinless chicken breasts, chicken grillers, America's pork chops for the grill, and the best cuts of salmon and seafood for that summer party on the patio. Shop online right now. Go to HyVeeIslesOnline.com and place that order. Your Fremont Hy-Vee, proud to be a part of the Fremont Moo.
Wow, great space, nice and clean, decent square footage, a lot of potential. When do we move in?
You know this is for storage, right? It's not a man cave.
Oh. With storage units this nice, no wonder it feels like home. Morningside Storage is a full-service facility including indoor and outdoor, 5x10, 10x10, 10x20s, and plenty of outdoor storage for campers, boats, and RVs. They're safe and secure with reasonable rates. Morningside Storage, just west of Luther and Morningside. Call 402-317-9261 now.
Getting ready for the top of the fifth inning. It is 6-3, the Moo leading Sioux Falls. It'll be Beers, Tibbetts, and Lee Cone. The heart of the Sioux Falls order trying to chip into this 3-run deficit, and they probably have even more urgency than normal, as this game is official if the Moo hold the lead after this half inning. And the first pitch from Payne is called a strike. Count is 0-1 to Declan Beers. Beers 1 for 2, a single up the middle and a fly out to center. Left-hand batter against the lefty Payne, and that one drifts inside, now 1-1. So rain is coming, according to AccuWeather, in less than an hour. And this game has not moved quickly. That pitch called for a strike, and the count is 1-2.
Let's hear it.
Count at 1-2 to Beers, leading off here in the top of the fifth. 6-3 Fremont as the 1-2 fastball misses upstairs. Now 2-2, the count to Declan Beers.
Of course, as Beers is the beer batter of the game, would be free or half-price beers for the rest of the inning should he be retired.
2-2 pitch, and there's a swing and a foul at the feet of the catcher Meyer. The count is 2-2.
Piece of it staying alive, no strikeout yet, still 2-2.
One more strike and it's half-price beer for the rest of the inning, Moo fans.
That's both of them. A group of Sunfish is a
So Payne, the lefty, out there for his second full inning of work. Ahead in the count, 2-2 on Declan Beers. Outfield, shading him to pull. And now the left-hander Payne looks in toward Meyer for the sign. Gets the one he wants, deals the 2-2. Beers takes upstairs, and now the count is full, 3-2. It's the top of the fifth. The Moo with a 6-3 lead. Beers, Tibbetts, and Lee Cone, heart of the order due against Payne, the 3-2. Beers takes up an in, ball 4. And instead of the strikeout the crowd was aching for, it was a leadoff walk. And now Carter Tibbetts steps to the plate. He's drawn a pair of walks today.
Beers has been a tough out. He's really been a tough cookie at the plate, looking a lot more like the Moo hitters than some of his Sunfish brethren.
Moo would love a double play ball here from Tibbetts. Step one, throw him a strike, and the first pitch, Payne clips the inside corner, cold a strike. Count is 0-1. So again, we're expecting rain to come, and now with the languid pace at which this one has been played,
well,
we're not going to get through 9 innings. But if the Moo can get through this inning, this half inning, still holding the lead, the game is official and would be a Moo win. Inside for a ball, 1-1.
Well, per my Lightning map, I believe the Expedition League rules are 10 miles away. If lightning strikes, that's when you pause play.
1-1 fouled off, now 1-2.
Closest lightning strikes around the Grand Island Hastings area, around 90 miles away in Shickley, Nebraska, per my Lightning Tracker app.
1-2 pitch, swinging a high fly ball to left field and deep. Morphew going back to the track, pulls up there and makes the catch. One gone in the top of the fifth inning. So Tibbetts bidding for a home run, got under it just a little bit.
Number 36, Jesus.
Well, we've seen Tibbetts hit one over the Moeller Monster in yesterday's contest, but not tonight. Scored an F7.
One on, one out. The batter is Jesus Lincoln, no N. He is 1 for 2, doubled to left his last time up. First one from Payne, misses outside, 1-0. We are in the top of the fifth. Moo with a 6-3 lead on the Sunfish. 1-0, the pitch, Lincoln watches outside, now 2-0. We're back with you tomorrow night for the final game of this 3-game series. And the 2-ball pitch, cut and missed. Count is 2-1. First pitch, 7:05. Our pregame at 6:45 on FremontMoo.com and on Big Dog 98.9 and 1340. Runner at first, one out, the 2-1. There's a cut and a miss by Lee Cohn, and the count is 2-2. Man, he is a big fellow up there.
Yes, he is, and I do have an exciting score update for you. Wheat City has climbed back in. They've cut their 6-1 deficit to 6-5 out in Minot.
Come on, Whiskey Jacks. They got throttled last night, 16-2. Now the 2-2 pitch from Payne, swinging a pop-up, right side, out of play, and the count remains 2-2.
Elsewhere, Mining City, a 4-3 lead out in Caldwell, Idaho, over the Canyon County Spuds. Western Nebraska, stranglehold on Casper. 5-0 is our score out there.
So that one's cut on and missed for strike 3. Second strikeout of the game for Payne, and there are 2 gone top of the fifth, with the Moo leading at 6-3.
And once again, we do not have an update from Pierre. That seemed to be a problem yesterday's contest.
Sunfish, number 5, catcher
Cade Huavehi steps to the plate now. He's 1 for 2, a double to right and run in the second. Strikeout swinging his last time up. He was the last man Simonson faced. First pitch ball outside, 1-0. Not going to cast aspersions on Pierre tonight like I did last night.
Well, unfortunately, Hastings has not updated their Twitter feed since...
That's inside, 2-0.
Since their victory over the Moo, where it says undefeated at the top of the Expedition League standings. That, of course, is not the case anymore.
2-ball pitch, cut and miss, now 2-1. In fact, they're sitting at 1-2. They've dropped their last 2 games.
And we do have an update from Piers. That is in a rain delay. Looks like they're getting some of that same weather that's coming out towards us. 7-3. The Trappers putting up a 7 spot in the in the top of the second inning.
Pitches taken down and in for a ball, now 3-1. That game actually up in Pierre. Count at 3-1. Here it is. It's taken inside corner for a strike, and now the count is full, 3-2. 6-3 Fremont. We're in the top of the fifth. Runner at first, 2 outs. And now the lefty Payne set at the belt, deals the 3-2, and it's flared into short right field, down for a hit. Beers to second, on his way to third. The throw toward third is cut off. And now there are runners at the corners with 2 outs.
Nice piece of hitting there by Cade Uhavehi, who's been pretty good tonight in the catcher spot.
And just stuck out the bat and was happy to hit a little flare. And now a tying run comes to the plate here in the fifth. Adonis Forte to the plate. 1 for 2 tonight. A ground out to third his last time up after a single to left. First one to Forte, comes inside and plunks him on the hip.
No, not a preferable situation.
Next up to bat for the Sunfish.
With the game 1 out away from being official. As whenever you think the game's going to speed up, the brakes get slammed.
Yeah, this has been a game that's not been played with a whole lot of pace, and now here in the fifth, as we're starting to get a little more urgency. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Moose still lead at 6-3. The batter is Bob Funk. He's been walked and hit by a pitch. Righty to righty, the first one from Payne, and Funk pops it up right side. Fouling out of play, strike 1. Well, I am checking a weather radar right now, and the weather system is a little west of here in David City. And again, it's expected to arrive here somewhere around 10 o'clock. It's the one-strike pitch. Funk pops it up on the right side. The second baseman, Mata Lloyd, to his left to make the catch to end the inning. And this is now an official game. We go to the bottom of the fifth with the score, Moo 6 and Sioux Falls 3. Here on KHUB Fremont and FremontMoo.com.
Gentlemen, here at Weesey Plumbing and Excavating, our customer's duty is our duty.
Yes, Sergeant.
Now, you're Fremont's finest, and I want you people-pleasing plunger wranglers to remember here at Weesey, we don't stop fighting clogged drains, low water pressure, frozen pipes, until our residential and commercial customers are smiling. Am I making myself clear, you toilet snake and sink suckers?
Yes, Sergeant.
Now, our customers will find us in Fremont, on Facebook, and online at WeeseyPlumb.com. Weesey Plumbing and Excavating. Your duty is our duty.
La Hacienda Mexican Restaurant, your favorite family-owned restaurant, is offering their family special. Right now, feed the whole family with 12 tacos, rice, beans, chips, and salsa for only $25. Thursday, get $2 off house pitchers of margaritas on the rocks. The family special isn't only for game days. Get it anytime. La Hacienda, 3140 Elk Lane, across the street from Goodwill. Call in your Feed the Family special order ahead at 721-9909 or order online at LaHaciendaFremont.com. Then head home and enjoy.
Join the Moo Crew, presented by the Nebraska Lottery, and book your spot for every home game as the Fremont Moo defend their Expedition League Championship at a historic Muller Field. Not only does Moo Crew membership give you a seat for every Moo home game, but you also receive Nebraska Lottery scratch-off tickets, a 20% discount on Moo merchandise on game days, a chance to win a Moo player's jersey, invitations to Moo Crew events, free tickets to playoff games, and more. Buy your tickets now at FremontMoo.com. Fremont Moo Baseball. Party till the cows come home. Bottom of the fifth inning, the Moo holding a 6-3 lead. Fremont, a run in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the fourth. Sioux Falls, a run in the first and a pair in the second. And now they will face Drew Ballou for the third inning after Ballou had to throw 44 pitches last inning. The Moo eventually pushed across 3 runs. So here we are in the bottom of the fifth.
Designated hitter Ryan Koski.
Ryan Koski will lead it off. He is 2 for 2 tonight, a pair of doubles to right field. What are you reaching out the window for?
Well, I just felt rain. That's what I was reaching out for.
Okay. Hits even at 7, but the Moo lead it by 3, and this game, again, is now official. As Drew Ballou, the right-hander, comes set and delivers the first one, and it is over the outside corner, called a strike 0-1 to Ryan. Ballou, kind of an odd attire choice. He's got the white uniform, as Sioux Falls has, and then like gray socks. I think that's the first time I've seen gray socks on anybody. He's the only Sioux Falls player showing the socks up to the knees. Now the 0-1, Koski takes a slider over the outside corner. Called a strike 0-2.
You're starting to see the fans react a little bit. Just got a couple raindrops.
And I see a couple of folks trying to find some cover. 2 strikes the count to Ryan Koski. This set by Ballou. He delivers. Koski swings and fouls it off around home plate and will hold at 0-2. Yeah, unfortunately, I think the weather is coming for us, and there will be no avoiding it once it starts. But the good news is the Moo did what they needed to do. They've gotten through 4.5 with the lead. It's the bottom of the fifth. Fremont a 6-3 lead, and Koski leading it off for the Moo. In the bottom of the fifth, now the pitch. Koski with a chopper back to the pitcher. Ballou reaches up, has it, and throws in time. 1 gone in the bottom of the fifth.
Well, I was going to say, if I was Fremont, my strategy would just be to hold out at the plate for as long as possible, maybe not even score. Because I don't know what the protocols are, say, if the fifth ends, the sixth begins. Well, God forbid the game's tied.
Right.
Then what happens?
I think the score resets to the final full inning played. So in that case, it would reset to the end of the fifth, where the Moo would be leading 1 out, no one on. Jackson Meyer, the batter. He's 0 for 2. A strikeout swinging his last time up.
That's a raw deal.
Blue winds and deals, and the first one popped up left side, foul ground. Lincoln giving chase, but watches as it lands out of play. Strike one.
Really? So if they don't complete the bottom of the sixth, if the opposing team were to tie it, it would still. Wow, that's. But dare I say, that's, if I'm a fan or supporter of the road team, that's pretty awful. I'm not going to lie. You tie the game and it gets rained out and it doesn't count. In fact, it counts against you. Goodness.
Well, on the flip side, is it fair to the home team to not have as many offensive outs to play with as the visiting team?
No, it is
score
not.
Runs, the one-strike pitch, inside for a ball, 1-1. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning. The Moo with a 6-3 lead over Sioux Falls. Fremont trying to win its third straight since dropping the opener 10-9 on Saturday night. Since then, a 1-run win and a 4-run win, and they're up 3 right now. 1-1 to Meyer. The set by Ballou. He delivers. Meyer swings its little flare over the head of the pitcher. It lands in front of second. Garcia has it, and the shortstop fires to first in time for the second out of the inning. Meyer got badly jammed on that ball. Popped it up over the pitcher. It landed right in front of second base, and Garcia, the shortstop, with a nice play to get him for the second out.
Indeed, a nice play there by Garcia. Now, if the game were to be tied at the end of the home team's frame, I believe it would roll over to the next day.
I think you pick it up, yes.
And you pick it up. So let's say it's tied 6-6 in the bottom of the sixth. Then you just play the next 3 innings.
As Mize grounds it right to the shortstop, and Garcia's throw to first in time to retire Mize and end the inning. And for the first time tonight, for either side, an inning goes 1, 2, and 3. We go to the sixth. Millard, Benito Garcia, and Dutka due to hit for Sioux Falls. Through 5, it is Moo 6 and Sunfish 3.
All right, Dalton, you're up. All right, fans.
Catch the Fremont Moo as they defend their Expedition League Championship and enjoy daily specials during the week at historic Moeller Field. On 2-for-1 Tuesdays, get 2-for-1 GA tickets plus 250 16-ounce Coors Lights. Then on Wiener Wednesdays, savor $2 hot dogs and wash them down with La Hacienda margaritas. On Thirsty Thursdays, 16-ounce Coors Lights are just $3. Buy your tickets on FremontMoo.com and save on reserved seats by buying in advance. Fremont Moo Baseball, party till the cows come home.
La Hacienda Mexican Restaurant, your favorite family-owned restaurant, is offering their family special. Right now, feed the whole family with 12 tacos, rice, beans, chips, and salsa for only $25. Thursday, get $2 off house pitchers of margaritas on the rocks. The family special isn't only for game days. Get it anytime. La Hacienda, 3140 Elk Lane, across the street from Goodwill. Call in your Feed the Family special order ahead at 721-9909 or order online at lahaciendafremont.com. Then head home and enjoy.
Inspro Insurance is your locally owned and independent insurance agency. Inspro is a Marsh & McLennan Agency LLC company representing many insurance carriers, including EMC Insurance. EMC ranks among the top 60 in the U.S. to give you the best coverage and value. Serving Fremont for over 60 years, Inspro remains committed to providing professional and personal service. Proceeding with confidence. Inspro, a Marsh & McLennan Agency LLC company in Fremont, West Point, Wahoo, Omaha, Lincoln, and West Des Moines. At InSproINS.com on the web.
9-1-2 due up for the Sunfish here in the top of the sixth inning. This game being pretty much played on borrowed time as a nasty cold front descends on the Fremont and Greater Omaha metropolitan area. Zach Berman, Nate Rohr staying dry up here in the press box as rain's starting to fall. First pitch fouled back by Brandon Gillard, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts so far today. Payne has settled in after struggling a little bit in the early going. He's looked good in relief of Ben Simonson, the count 0-1. New Yorkers, I'm sure you're going to be happy to hear this. For the first time since 2013, the Knicks have won a playoff game, as they have in fact defeated the Atlanta Hawks. Pitch taken outside 1-1.
People are excited about that up there, aren't they?
Yes, they are. It is a big deal, even though I am not a fan of either New York team, as that is swung on and missed 1 and 2 is the count. Your final for Madison Square Garden, 101-92. So the New York Knicks have evened the series. The 1-2 pitch swung on and foul tipped. Count goes 1 and 2.
That Knicks franchise had been run into the ground by the Dolan family, and they had kind of gotten the fate that they deserved for all these years, but they have seemingly pulled it together this year.
Yes, indeed. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed the throw to first. Retiring Gallard, he's struck out 3 times. 2 swinging, 1 looking. As the lineup flips over Benito Garcia at the plate, he's 1 for 3 with a single and 2 groundouts.
Haynes turned in a nice relief outing. You wonder how much longer he can go. 46 pitches.
First pitch to Garcia is just high for ball 1. In the Battle of Florida, the Panthers losing to the Lightning 2-0 down in Tampa as a first pitch, or that one taken for count 2-0. So 2-0 Lightning, that's a 3-2 series. So should the Lightning win, they move on and send the Cardiac Cats home. The 1-1 is called strike 2, so they count 1 and 2 on Garcia. Elsewhere in the Expedition League, Wheat City has taken a 7-6 lead over Souris Valley. How do you like that? The 2-1 pitch to Garcia swung on and fouled back over the netting, count 2 and 2.
Wheat City is alive.
Well, they got absolutely blasted yesterday, but a nice resurrection there in Minot as the Canadian refugees, so to speak, supposed to play out in Brandon, Manitoba, but not playing out there due to the border closure. The 2-2 check swing not going around is Garcia. Count goes full. They will be residing in Grand Forks, North Dakota for the season. So a little bit south and a passport check away from Brandon. The 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled back. Count stays full. Manitoba's NHL team completed a 4-game sweep of the Edmonton Oilers as the Winnipeg Jets won 4-3 in the 3rd overtime 2 nights ago. The 3-2 pitch is hit high in the air, not very deep, coming on and making the catches. Morphew, 2 away.
Next up to bat for the Sunfish, number 1, Kenny.
All this hockey talk reminds us Midland, the university here, has a hockey program.
They do. That is awesome. I had no idea. Apparently hockey is pretty big here in the Omaha metropolitan area.
Reasonably big. The Lancers, the Omaha Mavericks.
Kenny Dutka lines it in a right, and coming on and sliding for it is the right fielder Riller. It gets past him. Duck is off to the races. He's over to second, and he will actually hold up there. He would have made it to third. It was a bad throw by Reller. It went over the head of Montaloid. But Dutka in with a double.
Declan Beers, your beer batter.
You think about what Dutka has been able to do at the plate tonight. He homers in the first, and then he lines that ball into right field, a sinking liner. Reller decided to do or die on that ball and slid and wasn't able to catch it, but pretty impressive day for Dutka, who I don't think they were considering to play in the outfield. They might be thinking about it.
So the fans getting at least one more shot at their beer batter. Beers takes ball 1 inside.
Like, this guy has to be the beer batter basically every night on the road, doesn't he?
Of course.
Because pretty much every team has this promotion.
Struck out in the second, grounded out in the fourth, and now is a 2-out.
The 1-0, and Beers takes ball 2 outside and low, count 2-0. I do believe this is not the last time Sioux Falls will be making the trip down to Fremont, as this is one of 2 road trips down to the defending champs for the Sunfish, as that's taken for strike 1.
For the rest of the inning.
So Declan Beers will have 4 more appearances as the beer batter down here in Fremont. The 2-1. Swung on and missed. Count goes
one more strike, and you
2
can
and
have
2.
price beer for the rest of the inning, courtesy of
So the
Declan
fans
Beers.
crossing their fingers here with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the top of the 6th. The runner on second, that being Dutka. Righty to lefty. And Payne deals swung on and foul tipped.
Not completely whiffed, but that one went to the back.
Just yanking that beer out of the hands of these very thirsty Fremont Moo patrons.
It's like that old Geico commercial. Oops, you almost had it. Not quite. Let's try this again. Payne to Beers. The 2-2. Up the middle, going to be a tough play. Mize fields fires in time to retire the side. So the Sunfish strand a runner on second after 5.5. It's 6-3 Moo.
In this half inning, no runs.
Husqvarna now has special financing and extreme outdoor power with approved credit. Available on all Husqvarna residential or commercial acreage and zero-turn mowers. Get the professional power you need today with 6-year warranties on residential or 10-year warranties on commercial mowers. Extreme Outdoor Power repairs most major brands, and they carry a full line of battery-powered equipment too. Stop into Extreme Outdoor Power and visit with Rick LaReger today at 805 South Broad Street in Fremont.
Fremont Moo fans love their meat, and Hy-Vee has all your favorites at the best prices this summer. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Steaks, always low prices on your favorite flavors of brats. There's boneless, skinless chicken breasts, chicken grillers, America's pork chops for the grill, and the best cuts of salmon and seafood for that summer party on the patio. Shop online right now. Go to HyVeeIslesOnline.com and place that order. Your Fremont Hy-Vee, proud to be a part of the Fremont Moo.
Gentlemen, here at Weesey Plumbing and Excavating, our customer's duty is our duty.
Yes, Drill Sergeant.
Now, you're Fremont's finest, and I want you people-pleasing plunger wranglers to remember here at Weesey, we don't stop fighting clogged drains, low water pressure, frozen pipes, until our residential and commercial customers are smiling. Am I making myself clear, you toilet snake and sink suckers?
Yes, Drill Sergeant.
Now, our customers will find us in Fremont, on Facebook, and online at WeeseyPlum.com. Weesey Plumbing and Excavating. Your duty is our duty.
A new pitcher is in for Sioux Falls, that being Zeph Hoffpower, who played, I believe, first base in yesterday's contest.
Correct.
Zeph Hoffpower, the new Sioux Falls and Sunfish.
Hoffpower pitching, and he is a lefty. Definitely has some heat on that fastball. Not much control as we're seeing from these warm-ups.
So, always a good sign when you see a warm-up toss go all the way back to the screen.
Well, Tyler Montaloid knows what to do, not to swing at anything unless it's in the mere stratosphere of the strike zone. Montaloid, though, very good at putting together great at-bats, as he has walked and singled in his 2 appearances. Garcia is in line for the loss, should the score hold. I do believe Payne would be in line for the win.
That is correct.
So it is a battle between Hoffpower, righty to righty. Hoffpower deals, and like I said, he's wild, and that goes way away from the catcher, Calais Huavehi. My goodness. Matt Lloyd walking a single, batting .375. Hoffpower the 1-0. That's a fastball that misses high. A little bit closer to the strike zone. 2-0 though is the count on the man they call Zeph.
Need to find out what his real name is.
2-0. That gets away as well. down in the dirt and rolling all the way to North Bend. 3-0 is the count, and I'm sure Coach Bennett is saying do not swing. The 3-0 from Hoffbauer, and Hoffbauer does throw a strike there. The count goes 3-1.
This is Zeph short for Zephaniah, Zechariah, Zephyranius. I must know.
Or maybe it's just Zeph. The 3-1 is a little bit high and away. Ball 4, and Montaloy reaches for the third time in as many at-bats. So the lineup flips over. Tyler Push
For your Fremont Moo,
up with a runner on.
Your center fielder, Tyler
Push. 2 singles and a strikeout in his 3 plate appearances.
Cornered press box up here in Fremont. I can hear the other Fremont broadcast. They're wondering what Zeph stands for, and I'm going to speak loud enough so they can hear me.
As our
Zephaniah.
So Zeph does stand for Zephaniah per the wonderful Sioux Falls broadcaster. So not Zephyr, not Zephanius, but Zephaniah. The Zephster.
They were thinking it was Zephster. That's an interesting.
Ball taken 1-0.
I named my son Zephster because that's pretty interesting. But Tyler Push now, he struck out in his last.
1-0 to Push with the runner off first. That is Metalloid. And here's the 1-0 swung on and missed. And the Zephster does have some mustard on that fastball. It seems to be all he's throwing. Good pitch.
Maybe the only pitch he has in his arsenal, and feeling a zephyr blowing into our broadcast booth. It is starting to cool off as we expected, and some weather getting closer.
The 1-1 pitch to Push. It gets almost away from Kalei Uhavehi. Count goes to 2-1. 2-1 count. 6-3 is our score.
Especially in baseball for a broadcaster, that's almost a nightmare, but I've been having fun.
As the Lightning inches ever so closer. Now in Milligan, 2-1 pitches, hit the other way in a right field for a base hit. So Tyler Push is 3 for 4 with 3 singles on the evening. Metalloid up to second. So an impressive night for Push, who will go up to 6 for 14.
Just stayed inside that ball and served it the other way for a hit. Moved done a great job of staying within themselves, taking those hits the other way when they get them, and they pile up for them.
Darian Morphew singled and scored in his last at-bat. He shows bunt. It rolls away from Kalei Huavehi. He almost just sat there and watched as both runners advance. So now it's second and third, so forget the double play, as now Fremont looking to just put this thing way out of reach. Morphew walked, hit into a force out, and then singled, putting in good at-bats in all 3 appearances. He's batting .416, 5 for 12 with 2 RBIs, a 1-0. And that almost gets away from Kalei Uhavehi again. So 2-0 is the count. More score updates. Western Nebraska has opened up a 6th spot on Casper, while Canyon County has taken the lead back over Mining City. 5-4 is our score out in Caldwell. The 2-0, as taking a called strike, is Morphew, 2-1. The wind absolutely picking up now.
It's coming right for us.
The 2-1 to Morphew, and Hoffbauer deal swung on and missed. That's what you get when you get a good fastball. When you place it right, it's impossible to hit low and away. And a swinging strike, too, by Darian Morphew. 2-2 pitch from Hoffbauer to Morphew. Runners off second and third. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning, And the delivery from Hoffpower, and it swung on and missed. Was that a breaking ball from Hoffpower? Yes, it was.
Next up to bat for your Fremont Moo.
Hoffpower reaching into his bag of tricks.
EJ Taylor.
You got to find a way to get people out, whatever it takes, and he was able to find a breaking ball in his arsenal. He might not have gone out to the mound with a breaking ball, but he found one, and he was able to get a strikeout for the first out of the inning.
Beautiful pitch there by Hoffpower. I mean, I'll give credit where credit is due. So second and third, one out for E.J. Taylor, who's grounded out, struck out and walked. And the first pitch of Taylor is hit high in the air to center field. Forte coming in. Who has it? And Forte dives and can't make the play. Scoring is Lloyd. It is 7-3 Moo, as Forte went absolutely flying. There seemed to be a lack of communication out there in the shallow outfield as three Sunfish converged. None of them came up with the baseball. So call an RBI single for E.J. Taylor.
Your right fielder, Brock Reller.
And it is 7-3 Fremont.
You hear about the Bermuda Triangle with three fielders converging on a ball. That was the Bermuda rhombus there, because there were four: the center fielder, the right fielder, the shortstop, and the second baseman. None of them got to it. Hit for the Moo, and they played another run.
A valiant attempt by Forte, who almost made it. Almost made the catch as Reller takes strike one. Oddly enough, despite the run-scoring single, it looks like Hoffpower has settled down a little bit. His ERA spiking to a comically large 27.27. The 0-1 pitch. Taylor looking to run off first, taking a low it away for ball one. Of course, the Moo love to run, and with an inexperienced pitcher on the mound, that might continue, as Taylor, not known for stealing bases, definitely thinking about it.
And look, it's a 4-run lead. It's not like this thing is out of reach.
A 1-1. Now Taylor goes, and that's hit high in the air, deep center. Back goes Forte, away back. It's over his head and up against the wall. 1 run scores. Here comes Taylor right behind Push. He scores. It's a 2-run double for Brock Reller. And now the Moo have opened up a 6-run lead. It's 9-3.
Here extends this lead to 9.
Push was just standing there near third base. He was waiting to make sure that ball was caught, and Taylor was off with that pitch and hustling the whole way around, and by the time Push threw it in drive, Taylor was in his back pocket. Of course, Push never cranked it up to full speed, never needed to. 2-run double, and the Moo open it up here in the 6th.
Austin Callahan, one of the few hitless Moo of the evening. Is it Moo or Moos?
Moo.
Moo. First pitch to Callahan inside, called strike one. So 2 runs in, 1 out. Now it's 9-3. The Moo have tied their season high for runs scored in a game. The 0-1 from Hoffpower to Callahan, righty to lefty. And here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Count quickly, 0-2. Nice piece of hitting there by Brock Reller as he drove that out in that left center field gap.
By Brock Reller. 2 RBIs yesterday.
The 0-2 to Callahan. And the pitch is high and away for ball one. For the Moo, 9 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. For Sioux Falls, 3 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors. Callahan, the Fremont native, with a runner on second. That is Reller, who reached on the 2-run double. Here's the 1-2 pitch inside, nearly hits him. Count goes 2-2. This game just moving at a snail's pace with the impending rain.
And the weather is expected to arrive here 10-ish. So we might get another inning in.
Swung on it high in the air, deep right field. Not deep enough. It sounded far and long off the bat, but it's caught out in right field. The runner Sends over to third. It was a long, loud out by Austin Callahan as Declan Beers tracked it down.
Designated hitter Ryan Koski.
Man, I thought that was gone off the bat. Sounded like it for sure.
Made good contact, got under it just a little bit, and as a result, he has to settle for moving the runner up, and I'm sure Austin is starving to come through with a hit to join the hit parade for the rest of the Moo.
So the runner over to third is Taylor. Koski at the plate. The first pitch to Ryan Koski is taken outside for ball one. Actually, they're going to call that strike one. A very delayed call from the home plate Blue. Wind picking up again, that American flag out to the left of us, dancing around. The 0-1. Inside nearly hits him, so there's ball one on Koski.
It's one of the few ballparks that doesn't have an American flag in the outfield. There is an American flag, though. It is just to the left of the press box. So it's closer to the people, but doesn't tell us much because we can't see it. It's right by the box. At least I can.
I can see it. The 1-1 is taken away for ball two.
I have a giant wall in my way, and I've not yet developed X-ray vision, so...
You know, I got my one home run call in on the Nichols big fly last night. He's not playing today, and I thought that I was going to get to pimp that one the same way I thought that Callahan pimped that one off the bat, but not the case as Koski fouls that away, count 2-2. Temperature down to 76. It was up in the mid-80s earlier this afternoon. It was 83 at first pitch. The 2-2 with 2 outs. And the delivery from Hoffpower. Swung on in the line and right off of the second baseman, who fires over to first in time to end the inning. And Gillard lost it. It went in and out of his glove, but he recovers and fires to first to end the frame. Score of the play 4-3, and that retires the side. 2 more runs cross. After 6, the Moo lead, 9-3.
Did you know at Deals Ford Lincoln, we have a team of highly trained Ford-certified technicians that will make all the difference in your automotive service needs. Ford has long been on the cutting edge of automotive technology. Don't trust your Ford to an unqualified mechanic. Get it done right the first time. The Deals Ford way. We service all makes and models, and we welcome the opportunity to be your family's certified service technicians. Contact Deals Ford Lincoln Service at 402-721-1472 to schedule a service appointment today.
Fremont Moo fans love their meat, and Hy-Vee has all your favorites at the best prices this summer. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Steaks, always low prices on your favorite flavors of brats. There's boneless, skinless chicken breasts, chicken grillers, America's pork chops for the grill, and the best cuts of salmon and seafood for that summer party on the patio. Shop online right now. Go to HyVeeIslesOnline.com and place that order. Your Fremont Hy-Vee, proud to be a part of the Fremont Moo. Now that's what a solid piece of wood sounds like. Look just past that left field wall at Moeller Field, you'll see Christensen Lumber, a solid lumber company for nearly a century. And there goes another ball into the lumber yard. Professional builders know Christensen Lumber is their home run hitter for quality materials. More contractors and woodworkers will tell you Christensen Lumber is the best choice to find quality cuts of lumber. Since 1923, Christensen Lumber. It's where the pros go. 714 South Main, just past the left field wall at Moeller Field.
Back with you from Moeller Field in Fremont. The Moo opening up a 9-3 lead after scoring 5 straight runs in this game. This was a 3-2 Sioux Falls lead through 1.5. So actually it's an 8-0 run by the Moo. 2 in the second, or rather 3 in the second, 2 in the fourth, 3 in the sixth. And they lead it by a score of 9-3. And Chase Reynolds has been summoned from the bullpen, the right-hander out of Midland University. Played last night at third base, but he's pitching here tonight, trying to get the Moo through this 7th inning.
Reynolds, the right-hander, like you said, from Midland.
Up to bat
getting his
for
warm-ups in.
Sunfish, number 2, designated hitter, Carter Tibbetts.
As Carter Tibbetts steps up to the batter's box. Tibbetts, the best hitter yesterday for the Sunfish, not necessarily the case today. Tibbetts, 2 walks and a fielder's choice, or a flyout, takes strike 1. For the Moo, 9 hits on 10 runs, 1 error. For Sioux Falls, 3 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors. For the visiting Sunfish, still in search of their first ever franchise win. The 0-1 is taken for an outside ball 1.
You mentioned that Tibbetts was their best hitter yesterday and has not been their best hitter today.
11 yesterday, 11-7.
The 1-1 in the dirt for ball 2.
It is dog day here at the ballpark. Fans allowed to bring their dogs in thanks to the good folks at Getchman's Heating and Air.
The 2-1 is outside and low and away for 3-1. How many dogs you see tonight? I spotted 1.
See a handful, but the up and down nature of Tibbetts' performance this week brings to mind a quote from Catfish Hunter.
Pitch taken for ball 1.
And anyhow, Catfish Hunter pitched poorly in a World Series. Of course, he was the great pitcher of the A's in the 70s. So Hunter pitches poorly, and they expect to find him despondent near his locker in a game the A's lost. And he said, "Sun don't shine on the same dogs, you know what, every single day." And they passed it off.
First pitch inside Lee Cohn is working a walk was Tibbetts.
Talking about playoffs.
7th inning stretch will be coming up after these 3 outs, but my broadcast partner Nate Rohr for the second straight day will be singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game."
I hope I haven't forgotten the words from last night.
The 1-0 is check swing called strike 1 on Lee Cohn, who is 1 for 3 with a double. A long, loud double off that Moeller Monster in left. Was it called the Moeller Monster before this season?
No, we have dubbed it thus this year.
You love to hear that. The 1-1 inside called strike 2. So the count goes 1-2. It was raining a little while ago, no longer the case. But a lot of this heavy stuff starting to come into approach here as the 1-2 taken outside 2-2. In the NHL, the Florida Panthers have been eliminated from playoff contention as they lose to the Lightning 4-0. The defending champs have moved on to the second round. The defending champs, the Expedition League, up here 9-3 over the new team in town, the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Checking on first is Reynolds.
Did you notice this past year or so how many favorites, how many regular season teams with the best record ended up winning the championship of their leagues, things like that?
The 2-2 is swung on and missed. Nice pitch there by Reynolds to take down Lee Cohn, and that's out number 2. Well, I believe all 4 major sports in the past year, I don't think that Tampa Bay was the favorite. I believe Kansas City was the favorite. They at least made it to the Super Bowl.
Right.
But in baseball, the Dodgers were favorites. They won the whole thing. Lakers were favorites. They won the whole thing. Lightning were favorites, or close to. They won the whole thing.
Think of college football, Alabama. College basketball, Baylor was always number 2, but people wondered how they would stack up. I have a theory as to why so many favorites won the title this year.
First pitch is driven into left field, and that's going to drop in front of Morphew, who stumbled. So a 2-out single for Kalei Uhavei.
Up to bat next for the Sioux Falls Sunfish.
And
number 4, center fielder.
Sioux Falls is threatening with runners on first and second and 2 outs. Now, I gotta ask, where were you when Jalen Suggs' half-court shot went in? Of course, Suggs, a Gonzaga Bulldog, took down UCLA with one of the most memorable March Madness shots you'll ever see.
I think laying in bed listening to it. So, So I was following it, but I was also in bed.
First pitch from Reynolds to Forte, taken low and away. I had just gotten back from, so they're going to call that strike one. I had just gotten back from my father's place in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, back to school in Columbia, Missouri. I sat back down on my couch. I landed at Columbia Regional around halftime, made it back with about 3 minutes to go in the second half, and lost my mind just as Jim Nance did, as Suggs banked it in from 37 feet.
Oof. Anyhow, here I've got a theory as to why so many favorites won this past year.
The 0-1 is taken in the dirt for ball one. Nice block there by the catcher for the Moo, that being Meyer, who's due up should we reach that point.
My theory is all these teams had so much to deal with. In the end, it stripped the results down to who is the most talented. And thus, the favorites, the most talented, were the ones that won.
The 1-1 is swung on and missed. Count 1 and 2 on Forte.
The other thought is these teams in the COVID year were playing in such controlled atmospheres that none of the outside distractions that can take down a champion were really evident.
That is also true. The 1-2 pitch from Reynolds. Swung on and missed for out number 2 as Forte goes down swinging. Well, we'll check back on the Expedition League scoreboard, brought to you by the Nebraska Lottery.
For the Sioux Falls Sunfish,
As Bobby Funk steps up to the plate. Wheat City maintaining an 8-6 lead over Souris Valley. The score of 6-0 still holding in western Nebraska. Wouldn't be surprised if that was under some sort of delay or postponement. Mining City has taken the lead back, a 9-5 advantage over the County Tommyknockers. I believe both those two teams are also new. Spearfish with a 5-3 lead over the Badlands Big Sticks. First pitch to Funk, taken outside for ball 1. I believe that the Moo's first big long road trip will be out to Badlands.
You are correct.
That is slated for next weekend, which I may or may not be here for. The 1-0 is fouled back 1-1. Now, should the Missouri Tigers win their weekend super regional against the James Madison Bulldogs, I believe. Is the Bulldogs or the Duke Dogs?
Dukes.
The Dukes. It is the Dukes.
Yep.
So should Mizzou take down the Dukes in their 3-game super regional, I will be headed to Oklahoma City as a representative and broadcaster for KCOU 88.1 FM, the student voice of the Missouri Tigers, and I will be there for as long as Larissa Anderson's squad goes, and hopefully it is pretty far for those Missouri Tigers. 1-2 is the pitch. Wouldn't necessarily call Mizzou a favorite as they're coming in with such a stacked conference.
Should be battle-tested, though.
Should be battle-tested, and like the Moo, who are 1 strike away from getting out of the 7th inning, their strength lies in strong hitters up and down the lineup that just seem to reach base at will. The 1-2 from Reynolds to Funk, and Reynolds deals to Funk, taken low for ball 2.
It's an experience, that College World Series in Oklahoma City.
Have you been?
I have been. I broadcasted Nebraska's trip in 2013, 2 extra inning losses, including a 15-inning loss to Florida in the elimination bracket.
That is brutal. The 2-2 pitch is outside. Count goes full on Funk with runners on first and second. Both runners will be going here.
And Huskers played Thursday, lost in a walk-off to Washington. Then Friday we did Sports Nightly from the hotel, and we did the show from the hotel basement because of tornado warnings.
The 3-2 pitch is swung on and fouled back. Count stays full.
Then Saturday the Huskers played the Epic with the Florida Gators, and ultimately lost, but it was an amazing battle between those two squads. Just disappointed Nebraska could not win a game down in the WCWS.
Payoff pitch incoming from Reynolds. He deals to Funk. Swung on and missed to retire the side. So the Sunfish strand two. It's time to stretch at Moeller Field. Mr. Lord,
You know what that means?
time to belt it out.
Time for Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Wow, great space, nice and clean, decent square footage, a lot of potential. When do we move in?
You know this is for storage, right? Not a man cave.
Oh. With storage units this nice, no wonder it feels like home. Morningside Storage is a full-service facility including indoor and outdoor, 5x10, 10x10, 10x20s, and plenty of outdoor storage for campers, boats, and RVs. They're safe and secure with reasonable rates. Morningside Storage, just west of Luther and Morningside. Call 402-317-9261 now.
Did you know at Deers Ford Lincoln, we have a team of highly trained, Ford-certified technicians that will make all the difference in your automotive service needs. Ford has long been on the cutting edge of automotive technology. Don't trust your Ford to an unqualified mechanic. Get it done right the first time. The Deers Ford way. We service all makes and models, and we welcome the opportunity to be your family certified service technicians. Contact Deers Ford Lincoln Service at 402-721-1472 to schedule a service appointment today.
A reminder from the Nebraska Lottery. Nebraska Pick 5 has draws 7 days a week, with jackpots still starting at $50,000. So play Nebraska Pick 5 today, or you might miss your chance to win big.
Top prize odds 1 in 501,000.
Getting ready for the bottom of the seventh inning. Jackson Meyer will lead it off for the Moo, the bottom third of the order, due to hit against Zach Hoffpower, who navigated his way through a bumpy sixth inning. But Fremont looks to add to a 9-3 lead against Sioux Falls. We remind you, tomorrow night this series concludes, 7:05 first pitch. We'd love to see you out here at Moeller Field. Pre-game coverage begins at 6:45 here on Big Dog 98.9 and 1340 in on FremontMoo.com. More play-by-play with Zach.
Meyer 0 for 3 today. First pitch from Hoffpower inside for ball one.
Here's Sunfish. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 in the fourth.
9-3 our score as Meyer takes and swings on the 0-1, or the 1-0. So we are at 0-1. Zeph Hoffpower still on the mound. Yesterday's first baseman, today's relief pitcher. The 1-1 is swung on and hit high in the air, foul, and out towards the dugout it goes. First base side, 1-2 is the count on Meyer. Still looking for that elusive first hit of the season.
You feel a little bad for Jackson as he seeks his first hit. You feel bad for Austin Callahan looking for his first hit tonight.
A 1-2 from Hoffpower. Called strike 3 looking. So Hoffpower gets a strikeout looking of Jackson Meyer. 1 down.
Next up to bat for the
Well,
Moo,
for a position player, or primarily a position player, he's done a nice job of changing speeds. His control obviously is not very good, but he's found a way to get at least a few outs, which, when you're a position pitcher, this is what you've got to do.
Drew Mize takes a called strike 1 on the outside corner. Mize has had a great game thus far with a single and a double. 2 for 3 on the day is Mize. Nice bounce back outing for him. Takes ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases empty. Crowd is thinned out a little bit. Here is the 1-1 pitch. Is swung on and hit high in the air. Shallow right. Coming on is Beers. He calls off his second baseman to make the catch for the second out.
Next up to bat,
So now the game
Fremont
speeds
Moo,
up.
Number 4, your second baseman, Tyler Meadow.
So Matt Lloyd number 9 hitter and a good number 9 hitter. He's reached base all 3 times. And goodness, has he been good tonight. Can't imagine he stays at number 9 much longer. First pitch from Hoff Power to Montaloid, taken for strike 1.
Think about it, though. The job of the 9 hitter is essentially to be the second leadoff man, be a tough out, and reach base. Well, Montaloid's done all that tonight and really all year.
Montaloid takes strike 2 down the middle. So the count 0-2 on Tyler Montaloid. Due up 9-1 and 2 for the Sunfish. Pitch taken inside. The first time from our viewpoints, we do have a sighting of Bovine, the mascot who I don't think I have mentioned on a broadcast this year yet.
I saw him a little bit last night.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed to retire the side. Nice 1-2-3 inning for Hoff Power. After 7, the Moo maintain a 9-3 advantage.
9-3, the Moo still leading. We'll be back here in Fremont right after this.
Husqvarna now has special financing and extreme outdoor power with approved credit. Available on all Husqvarna residential or commercial acreage and zero-turn mowers. Get the professional power you need today with 6-year warranties on residential or 10-year warranties on commercial mowers. Extreme Outdoor Power repairs most major brands, and they carry a full line of battery-powered equipment too. Stop into Extreme Outdoor Power and visit with Rick LaReger today at 805 South Broad Street in Fremont. Did you know at Deers Ford Lincoln we have a team of highly trained Ford-certified technicians that will make all the difference in your automotive service needs? Ford has long been on the cutting edge of automotive technology. Don't trust your Ford to an unqualified mechanic. Get it done right the first time. The Deers Ford way. We service all makes and models, and we welcome the opportunity to be your family's certified service technicians. Contact Deers Ford Lincoln Service at 402-721-1472 to schedule a service appointment today.
Inspro Insurance is your locally owned and independent insurance agency. Inspro is a Marsh & McLennan Agency LLC company representing many insurance carriers, including EMC Insurance. EMC ranks among the top 60 in the U.S. to give you the best coverage and value. Serving Fremont for over 60 years, Inspro remains committed to providing professional and personal service. Proceeding with confidence. Inspro, a Marsh & McLennan Agency LLC company in Fremont, West Point, Wahoo, Omaha, Lincoln, and West Des Moines. At InSproINS.com on the web.
Chase Reynolds out on the hill for his second full inning of work as we begin the top of the 8th inning with a Moo dominating in a 9-3 advantage to Sioux Falls.
Brandon Gillard.
Brandon Gillard will lead it off for the Sunfish. Been keeping an eye to the skies, but right now we're at least dry enough to continue play. Brandon Gillard 0 for 3 strikeouts tonight. First pitch to him is in on his fists. Fouled back to the screen, strike 1, 0-1. The game is official, so if for some reason the game were immediately halted, it would be a Moo victory. 1-1 the count. Reynolds delivers, and Gillard flares foul to the right out of play. And the count is 0-2.
Looking like the worst of it is going to be between the hours of midnight and 1 a.m., that being on Thursday, May 27th.
0-2 the count. Reynolds pauses and delivers, and there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Change up in the dirt. Gillard swung and missed at it, and at the height of his leg kick, Gillard held it for a moment and paused, and then threw that one that had Gillard all tied up, 1 out.
You know, you almost have to laugh. We were talking about, oh my goodness, are we going to get the full 9 innings in? Well, now that the game's official and not very close, batters are just dropping like flies here.
As Garcia takes the first pitch over the outside corner, called strike 1. Benito Garcia tonight, 1 for 4, a single up the middle in the second. He flied to left his last time up. Chase Reynolds is the third pitcher to come in for the Moo. 0-1 the count. And Reynolds with a 1-strike pitch. Swinging a ground ball to third, right at Callahan, who leans down, picks it up, and throws in time. 2 out here in the top of the 8th inning with the Moo cruising in a 9-3 lead over Sioux Falls.
Another encouraging game for the Moo at the plate, as for the second time this season, they've hit 9 runs without scoring via the home run. So they've done a lot with a little.
9 runs, 10 hits for the Moo with 2 errors, and they've been running wild again tonight. 2 outs, no one on. Kenneth Dutka at the plate, left-hand batter, taking his time as he steps in. Dutka tonight, 2 for 4, a double to right his last time up. He also homered in the first. Righty to lefty. Reynolds steps, winds, and deals. Dutka with a murderous hack at that one and misses strike 1.
Well, Dutka did in fact murder a ball in the first inning. He hit that way out. And that gave the Sunfish a 1-0 lead, which of course they have not maintained.
1 strike pitch. Dutka serves fouling out of play to the right, and the count is 0-2. For the Moo in the 8th, you've got the top of the order due to hit. Push, Morphew, and Taylor. Fremont leads 9-3. We're in the top of the 8th. 2 outs, no one on. 2 strikes the count. Reynolds to Dutka. Dutka. Now time is called just as Dutka initiated his windup.
Well, it would be nice to get the full 9 innings in, which I was not expecting to happen.
Neither was I, and yet it looks likely at this point. 0-2 from Reynolds. Dutka swings and misses, and he's down on strikes. And the Sunfish are dispatched 1-2-3 for the first time tonight. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning with the score, Fremont 9 and Sioux Falls 3.
Husqvarna now has special financing and extreme outdoor power with approved credit. Available on all Husqvarna residential or commercial acreage and zero-turn mowers. Get the professional power you need today with 6-year warranties on residential or 10-year warranties on commercial mowers. Extreme Outdoor Power repairs most major brands, and they carry a full line of battery-powered equipment too. Stop into Extreme Outdoor Power and visit with Rick LaReger today at 805 South Broad Street in Fremont.
Navigator Motor Coaches can take care of all of your traveling needs, from church groups to touring professionals, as well as professional sports groups, schools, and colleges. Navigator can take the stress out of driving your group to its destination. Visit navigatorbus.com or give them a call, talk to their sales representatives, and leave the driving to their trained professional operators. Navigator Motor Coaches, proud partners of the Fremont Moo.
They also offer 3-axle truck alignment.
Getting ready for the bottom of the 8th inning. Fremont 9, Sioux Falls 3. We remind you that this broadcast comes your way on FremontMoo.com and on KHUB Fremont, Big Dog 98.9 FM, 1340 AM. However you're taking in our broadcast, whether on Mixler or Big Dog or watching the video stream on YouTube, we welcome you in. I'm Nate Rohr, Zach Berman riding shotgun with me as we begin the bottom of the 8th with the Moo up 6, and Tyler Push leads off. And the first pitch fastball from Hoff Power is up and in, ball 1. Tyler Push tonight is 3 for 4. Single to right his last time up. After a strikeout swinging and a couple infield singles. And the pitch swing and a rip foul to the left. Foul ball, and the count is even at 1-1.
All in all, we're seeing these Moo hitters make great contact today. Push especially has just been fantastic. He's 3 for 4 with 3 singles. He's scored a run.
Now, this is a Moo team that can make a whole lot of contact, stay alive, force pitchers to dig deep into their arsenals and deep into their stamina to try and get them out. Now the 1-1, up and into Push, taken for a ball, and the count is 2-1.
Now that pitch from Hoff Power looked like more of what you'd expect from a position player pitching. But he's definitely calmed down since he was throwing them all over the diamond during warm-ups.
He had the couple warm-up tosses that got back to the screen. 2-1 the count. Hot Power winds and deals. There's a big cut and a miss by Push. Count it 2-2. We're in the bottom of the 8th. The Moo with a 9-3 lead on Sioux Falls. The Fremont Moo on the verge of clinching the series win over Sioux Falls.
Would be the first series win of the season as they split the 2-game set in Hastings, who will be here about 48 hours from now.
2-2 comes inside a slider that had Push corkscrewing out of the way of it, but it misses inside, and we're full 3-2. Still one more with Sioux Falls tomorrow at 7:05, and then as you mentioned, Hastings comes to Moeller Field Friday and Saturday. Now the 3-2 Push takes a fastball low, ball 4, and a leadoff walk for Push to begin the bottom of the 8th.
You know, I'm sorry. The fact that Hastings has not won a game since they tweeted undefeated on top of the Champions League, and they haven't tweeted since then either. I'm sorry. That's really funny.
They're feeling great shame, to say the least.
Pinch hitter coming in for the Moo. Let's see who it is.
Pinch hitter is number 15, Alex Naran.
Alex Naran, who has been a consistent starter up until this point, coming in to pinch hit.
Naran, a right-hand batter, runner at first, no one out. The first one to him. Fastball a little high. Ball 1. Some more few ends tonight at 1 for 3 with a run batted in.
Now Naran fits the profile of your average Moo hitter. He is good at the plate, fouls off a lot, and can run.
1-0 the count. Push at first. They throw on Push. He's back to the bag, diving safely. Now, I'm not an adherent of the unwritten rules, but the Moo are up 6. It's the bottom of the 8th. I don't think normally you'd be running, but they just threw on you.
Is Tony La Russa here?
Now another throw to first and Push back standing up.
So then the unwritten rules don't matter. They don't exist.
Yeah. They don't.
They never existed unless you're Tony La Russa or...
1-0 the count. Runner at first. 9-3 Moo. Bottom of the 8th, the pitch. Fastball inside, and that plunks Naran. So after Push was almost hit by a pitch, Naran is hit by a pitch, and the Moo have 2 on, none out. Bottom of the 8th for Taylor.
Well, E.J. Taylor can just break this thing wide open, get the Moo into double-digit runs for the first time this season.
Taylor 1 for 3 tonight. An RBI single up the middle his last time up. After a 4th-inning walk, a strikeout swinging, and a ground out to second. Push at second, Naran at first. Nobody out. Bottom of the 8th, the Moo holding a 6-run lead. Hoffpower, the righty, is set at the belt. Checks second, delivers the first one. Taylor takes a slider, low and away, ball 1. So again, tomorrow night, 7:05 first pitch, the Moo and Sioux Falls. Our pregame coverage will begin at 6:45. You're on FremontMoo.com and also on Big Dog 98.9 FM, 1340 AM here in Fremont. 1-ball pitch. That fastball misses outside. 2-0 to Taylor.
Tomorrow's going to be chilly. It's going to get down to the mid-40s during the broadcast. I feel like, yesterday I was a detective and tonight I was an amateur meteorologist.
So what are you going to do tomorrow?
Well, that's for tomorrow to reveal.
Astrophysicist? Fortune teller?
You can't predict it.
2-ball pitch. Taylor takes inside corner for a strike. 2-1. Barista to keep coffee in my possession.
I still don't know how to make anything other than my Keurig or powdered instant cold brew.
Slider down and away, 3-1 to Taylor.
By the way, I bring that stuff to the ballpark. It is fantastic. Thank you, Trader Joe's. You guys rock.
See, I'm just very simple black coffee.
Me too. I don't drink anything in my coffee.
Okay. 2 on, none out.
I actually like the taste of coffee.
3-1 pitch. Taken inside corner at the belt for strike 2, and the count is full at 3-2. Push at second, Naran at first, nobody out, bottom of the 8th, the Moo with a 9-3 lead. Hoffpower is set, the pitch, And that misses down and away, ball 4, and it's a walk to load the bases.
And a walk loads the bases here with no outs in Fremont. Up next.
Now Brock Reller comes to the plate, and this is
Your right fielder, Brock
a powder keg of the inning right now for the Moo. With the bases loaded, nobody out, in the powerful Brock Reller stepping to the plate. He's one for 3 tonight. 2-run double his last time up.
Well, he does have 3 RBIs on the RBI ground out in the first inning.
It was actually a sank fly to center. A great play made by Forte, the center fielder. Track it down on the first pitch. Outside corner, called a strike. 0-1. Boy, I had given up on that pitch. Bases loaded, nobody out. The Moo with a 9-3 lead, bottom of the 8th. Already feeling good about this one, and Reller could put an exclamation point on it here. The 0-1. Reller takes a slider down and in, now 1-1. Brock out of Minnesota Crookston, an imposing hitter.
Brock Reller, the Birds are leading. He was up to bat. He had a double.
1-1 the count.
2 RBI double.
Hoffpower pauses, delivers. Reller takes high and away now, 2-1. There is no mercy rule in this league, of which I'm aware. As we said, the Moo up 6, though, right now. Up 9-3 here in the bottom of the 8th. Bases loaded, nobody out, 2-1 the count. Hoffpower set and delivers. Reller swings and blasts this one. Right center field, going back his beers to the walls, and it is down for a hit. Down for a hit. Push has scored. Naran to third and holding as it's a single to the warning track for Reller.
They all thought it was out. They all thought it was gone. It sounded gone off the bat. But it died at the warning track, and the Moo runners thought that they were trotting home on what they believed was a grand slam, but it died at the warning track. So it's probably the longest, loudest, bases-loaded RBI single you'll ever see.
Bases still loaded for Austin Callahan. And the Moo with a 10-3 lead as Austin Callahan takes the first pitch for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Now, Austin Callahan 0 for 4 tonight. 2 ground outs to first, a strikeout swinging, and a fly out to right. He would love to get in on the hit parade. 10-3 Moo, bottom of the 8th. Bases loaded, nobody out. 0-1. Fouled straight back, now 0-2. Callahan down in the count to Hoffpower. But at the very least, you want Callahan to drive in a run so you can claim a little piece of this Moo offensive outburst. 2 strikes to count the pitch. Callahan swings and pops it up. Third base side. Lincoln, couple steps left, makes the grab for the first out in the bottom of the 8th, and Callahan will likely end the day 0 for 5.
Number 14.
He's got to feel snake bitten. Just has not been an easy day for him out there.
You got to recognize that.
Correction, pinch hitter, number 17, Dakota Thornton.
Dakota Thornton, the pinch hitter for Fremont, as Ryan Koski's night is finito. 2 for 4 is his final stat line.
So here is Dakota Thornton coming off the bench. Base is full, 1 out.
10-3.
First pitch to him. Thornton takes a slider, outside corner, called strike 1, 0-1. Thornton pinch hitting for Ryan Koski, who ends 2 for 4. A good night for him. Moo 10-3. 0-1 the count, the set. Hoffpower delivers. And Thornton fouls it out of play to the right. The count at 0-2.
I still cannot believe that Reller's long fly ball did not leave the yard. Still no update from the Pier Trappers regarding their game today. Last we heard,
Thornton swings and hits a fly ball short center. And the shortstop and second baseman converge. The ball lands for a hit. In to score is Naran. On to third, Taylor. Rutler safe at second. And the Moo now lead 11-3 as the second baseman Gallard and the shortstop Garcia were after that ball. And Gallard and Garcia were both near it. The second baseman was closest to it, didn't catch it, and it landed for a hit. And now 11-3 Moo.
Well, it hasn't started raining or pouring yet here in Fremont, but it has started raining and pouring for the Sioux Falls Sunfish, as just everything seems to be going wrong for them.
First pitch swung on and missed to Jackson Meyer, 0-1, bases loaded, one out. Meyer, the only other Moo player, along with Callahan, who has not contributed offensively. He is 0 for 4, a couple of strikeouts, including one looking his last time up. 11-3 Moo, bottom of the eighth, one out, bases full. Hoffpower, fastball over the outside corner, called to strike. The count is 0-2. Taylor at third. Reller, an RBI single to right, on at second. Thornton, an RBI single to right, on at first. One out, the count is 0-2. Here it is. Way outside now, 1-2, and I think they've gotten just about everything they can get out of Hoffpower, and I'm sure that's to Sioux Falls' dismay. I think they were hoping Hoffpower could get them through this eighth inning, likely the last inning they'll have to pitch. 1-2 the count. Hoffpower delivers. Meyer swings, pops it up right side, fouling out of play, and the count holds at 1-2.
Well, we do have a warming up Sunfish in the dugout. I'd be surprised if they used him. You might as well just let the game play out as is, because barring something absolutely miraculous, the Sunfish are not coming back to win this game.
1-2 the count to Meyer. Base is full, one out. Here it is. Meyer swings and pops this one up left side, out of play, and will hold at 1-2. 11-3 Moo. We're in the bottom of the eighth inning. So Fremont, barring the unforeseen, will move to 3-1 on the year. Continue their dominance here at Moeller Field. It will be their eighth straight win on their home pasture. 1-2 the count. Hoffpower delivers and misses outside, 2-2.
We do have a final in Dickinson as the Spearfish Sasquatch have defeated the Badlands Big Sticks 5-3. Mining City versus Canyon County has gotten crazy as the Tommyknockers lead the Spuds 10-9.
2-2 pitch, swing and a ground ball through the right side for a hit from Meyer. In to score is Taylor. Reller to third and holding. And now it's a dirty dozen for the Moo. 12-3 Fremont in the bottom of the eighth on the RBI single for Meyer, his first hit of the year.
And boy, is that a welcome sight for Jackson Meyer, who was 0 for 4 coming in today. And he was 0 for again today up until that point. But a good piece of hitting and a definite confidence builder and an RBI on top of everything. And it's a happy home dugout for Fremont, that's for sure.
Bases still loaded. One out for Drew Mize. And the first one to him, swung on, grounded to second. Gallard has it. Feeds Garcia at second for one. The throw to first is wide of the mark. The runner is safe. One run is scored with Reller. And Thornton scores as well. So a pair of runs come across. And now it's 14-3, the Moo.
And my goodness, this has just turned into an absolute bludgeoning by the Fremont Moo.
Next up to bat for the Moo, number 4, second baseman, Tyler Matalloy.
And now Mize is on at second. Fremont has batted around here in the bottom of the eighth inning. They lead 14-3. Exclamation point inning for the Moo. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss to Tyler Matalloy, strike one.
The Moo have batted around this inning for the first time this season.
0-1 to Matalloy. Fastball up and in, 1-1. And man, Sioux Falls just desperate to get one more out of Hoffpower. He has pitched 2 2/3 innings for them, and He's been out of gas basically this entire inning. Now the set, the 1-1. And slider nicks the outside corner call to strike 1 and 2, and I think game situation might have had some influence on that strike call.
Well, I hate to rub salt in the wound here, but this officially will count as the most runs ever given up by the Sioux Falls Sunfish in franchise history.
The 1-2 pitch misses just upstairs over the outer half. The count at 2-2. Moo with a 14-3 lead. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mize at second, 2 outs. This set, 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss by Modeloid to end the inning. Fremont puts a cherry on top of this winning Sunday as they post 5 runs. And they do it on 3 hits. Leaded by an error and with 1 runner left on. We go to the 9th. Your score, Moo 14, Sioux Falls 3.
Did you know at Deers Ford Lincoln we have a team of highly trained Ford-certified technicians that will make all the difference in your automotive service needs? Ford has long been on the cutting edge of automotive technology. Don't trust your Ford to an unqualified mechanic. Get it done right the first time. The Deers Ford way. We service all makes and models, and we welcome the opportunity to be your family certified service technicians. Contact Deers Ford Lincoln Service at 402-721-1472 to schedule a service appointment today.
Inspro Insurance is your locally owned and independent insurance agency. Inspro is a Marsh & McLennan Agency LLC company representing many insurance carriers, including EMC Insurance. EMC ranks among the top 60 in the U.S. to give you the best coverage and value. Serving Fremont for over 60 years, Inspro remains committed to providing professional and personal service. Proceeding with confidence. Inspro, a Marsh & McLennan Agency LLC company in Fremont, West Point, Wahoo, Omaha, Lincoln, and West Des Moines. At InSproINS.com on the web. Now that's what a solid piece of wood sounds like. Look just past that left field wall at Moeller Field, you'll see Christensen Lumber, a solid lumber company for nearly a century. And there goes another ball into the lumber yard. Professional builders know Christensen Lumber is their home run hitter for quality materials. More contractors and woodworkers will tell you Christensen Lumber is the best choice to find quality cuts of lumber. Since 1923, Christensen Lumber. It's where the pros go. 714 South Main, just past the left field wall at Moeller Field.
We welcome you back to Moeller Field in Fremont, where the Moo lead 14-3 over the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Luke Ballard, a left-hander, has been summoned from the bullpen. Chase Reynolds went 2 innings, gave up a hit, no runs, walked 1, struck out 5. Declan Beers leads off with a left-hand batter, swings and misses on the first one, strike 1.
Number 3, Declan Beers, your beer batter.
Some might call tonight
out, it is half-price beer.
a bovine blowout.
Rest of the
Oh boy.
Declan Beers up the bat.
We get a bonus pun tonight, huh?
I wouldn't say it's a pun as much as just alliteration.
Ballard.
Does that count as a pun?
Perhaps. 0-1 the count to Ballard to Beers. Lefty to lefty.
Lefty matchup, 0-1.
Ballard set at the belt, deals the 0-1. Beers takes a curveball, outside corner, strike 2.
One more strike.
Could we finally get half-price beers after coming so close the entire game?
0-2 the count. The desperate faithful ring the cowbells, hoping they can urge the strikeout. Here it is. Fastball swung on and missed. Strike 3.
Get your half-price beer for the remaining 2 outs of this baseball game.
1 out, no one on. We are in the top of the 9th. The Moo with a 14-3 lead on Sioux Falls.
Number 2,
Carter Tibbetts will come to the plate now. He's 0 for 1. Walked 3 times. And then drove a ball to the warning track and left in the 5th. Right-hand batter against the lefty Ballard, who is pausing at the belt and brings it home. Fastball just outside, ball 1. So Ballard, the 4th from the new pitching staff. Ben Simonson started, went 2 2/3, gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. Walked 2, struck out 3. Now the 1-ball pitch. And that curve called a strike. Count even at 1. Jaden Payne, who will likely pick up the win tonight. 3 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, walked 1, and struck out 3. Base is empty, 1 out. Top of the ninth, 14-3 Moo. The 1-1 from Ballard, and that one slipped from his hand and went well outside. And the count at 2-1.
It's a better catch out there by Meyer. Nice snag to keep that from reaching the backstop.
2 balls, 1 strike the count. The pitch. Fastball called a strike, count at 2-2.
That's a call of an ump that just wants to go home. That was completely in the dirt.
You know what? I'm not going to argue with him too much here. A lengthy game here at Moeller.
Yeah, I already have it teed up.
2-2 with 1 out. Ballard set. He delivers. Misses way high and away. Ball 3. And the count is full 3-2.
Who wants some good news?
What do you got?
According to the National Weather Service in Omaha, strong thunderstorms are still possible throughout the entire area, but those odds are slipping. So we might be escaping the worst of it.
Pitch down and in, ball 4, a 1 out walk.
Next up to bat, number 36, Jesus Licon.
Well, I think we can safely say now that this game will be played without interruption.
We have some good news.
Knock on wood.
Rain might be passing us now.
1 on, 1 out. Lee Cohn, the batter. He is 1 for 4. Struck out his last 2 at-bats after a double to left in the 3rd and a fielder's choice. First pitch to Lee Cohn is low and away, ball 1. 1 on, 1 out. We're in the top of the 9th. 14-3. Fremont leads Sioux Falls. Trying to pick up their 3rd straight win. 1-0 the count this set. Here it is from Ballard. Now it's poured down the heart of the plate for a strike. The count even at 1.
1-1 count now. Chase Reynolds ends his day. 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks.
Runner at first with 1 out here in the top of the 9th. The Moo by 11. The set, Ballard brings it home. Curveball drops in there for a strike. Count is 1-2.
Again, a 14-3 Fremont lead here. So with
Ballard, a freshman out of South Dakota State, redshirted this year for the Jackrabbits. Millard West product. 3-year letter winner for the Wildcats. The 1-2. Swing and a ground ball. Third base side foul, and the count remains 1-2.
Stays alive here at 1-2.
We're back with you tomorrow night at 7:05.
This game wraps up.
Thirsty Thursday out here at Moeller Field, so some drink deals we'd love to see out here to support this Moo team in pursuit of its 2nd straight Expedition League Championship.
Over at 3rd, who's usually over at 1st.
Now a lollipop to first, and Ballard almost lobbed it over the head of his first baseman. Tibbetts at first, 1 out. Moo with a 14-3 lead, top of the 9th. 1-2 to Lee Cohn. Now tomorrow night, 7:05 first pitch. Pre-game at 6:45. The 1-2 pitch. Lee Cohn pops it up right side, out of play. The count remains 1-2 to the Sioux Falls 3rd baseman. Then after tomorrow night's game with Sioux Falls, the Moo take on Hastings Friday night. There are fireworks after that game, and then Saturdays, 9 innings of winning. 1-2 fastball swing and a miss for strike 3. They throw on the runner at first, and he's back to the bag safely. But now Fremont 1 out away from reeling in its 3rd victory of the year.
When do you call it a win streak? When it hits 3?
Let's hear it. Moo fans, we're 1 out away from a Fremont victory.
My extensive viewing of the Major League movies has taught me anything, it's at 3.
And if it was a Sunfish rally, that'd be a very long rally.
2 outs, runner at first. Batter is Cade Kalehuaveli, right-hand batter. He's 3 for 4 tonight, having an excellent night. And the first one on the way, fastball. Ballard hits the outside corner, called strike 1. Kalehuaveli singled to left in the 7th, singled to right in the 5th, struck out, and then doubled to right with his first plate appearance. 0-1 the count. Moo lead it, 14-3, top 9. The pitch, slider down and in, ball 1. 1-1 the count to Calais Huavehi.
Gotta admit, this is an impressive flexing of the Moo muscles tonight, as the pitching was great, the hitting was great, the fielding was great. I mean, when you win by a score of 14-3, everything's great.
I would think so. 1-1 the count. 1 on, 2 out. 1-1. Fastball swinging a chopper towards second. Montaloid to his right has it. Flips to second in time to force out Carter Tibbetts and finish off the victory. All Moo tonight. They win by a final score of 14-3. We'll step aside for a moment and begin our post-game coverage brought to you by Morningside Storage. That's coming up after this.
Fremont Moo fans love their meat, and Hy-Vee has all your favorites at the best prices this summer. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Steaks, always low prices on your favorite flavors of brats. There's boneless, skinless chicken breasts, chicken grillers, America's pork chops for the grill, and the best cuts of salmon and seafood for that summer party on the patio. Shop online right now. Go to HyVeeIslesOnline.com and place that order. Your Fremont Hy-Vee, proud to be a part of the Fremont Moo.
Wow, great space, nice and clean, decent square footage, a lot of potential. When do we move in?
You know this is for storage, right? It's not a man cave.
Oh. With storage units this nice, no wonder it feels like home. Morningside Storage is a full-service facility including indoor and outdoor, 5x10, 10x10, 10x20s, and plenty of outdoor storage for campers, boats, and RVs. They're safe and secure with reasonable rates. Morningside Storage, just west of Luther and Morningside. Call 402-317-9261 now.
Gentlemen, here at Weesey Plumbing and Excavating, our customer's duty is our duty.
Yes, Drill Sergeant.
Now, you're Fremont's finest, and I want you people-pleasing plunger wranglers to remember here at Weesey, we don't stop fighting clogged drains, low water pressure, frozen pipes, until our residential and commercial customers are smiling. Am I making myself clear, you toilet snake and sink suckers?
Yes, Drill Sergeant.
Now, our customers will find us in Fremont, on Facebook, and online at WeeseyPlum.com. Weesey Plumbing and Excavating. Your duty is our duty. Gentlemen, here.
La Hacienda Mexican Restaurant, your favorite family-owned restaurant, is offering their family special. Right now, feed the whole family with 12 tacos, rice, beans, chips, and salsa for only $25. Thursday, get $2 off house pitchers of margaritas on the rocks. The family special isn't only for game days. Get it anytime. La Hacienda, 3140 Elk Lane, across the street from Goodwill. Call in your Feed the Family special order ahead at 721-9909 or order online at LaHaciendaFremont.com. Then head home and enjoy.
Back with you from Moeller Field in Fremont, abbreviated postgame, so we can wrap this thing up and hopefully dodge this weather that is coming for us, but fortunately held off long enough for this game to be resolved in a 14-3 Moo victory over Sioux Falls. Started like it would be something of a shootout, but then Fremont established dominance and ended the game on a 13-0 run. This is the post-game show brought to you by Morningside Storage. Storage units so nice it feels like home. Call 402-317-9261 for indoor or outdoor storage. Let's run down the inning-by-inning scoring first off, as this game was led by Sioux Falls briefly. They led it 1-0 after half an inning. Kenneth Dutka clocked a home run to push ahead. The Moo tied it with a run in the bottom of the first. Sioux Falls pushed ahead 3-1 in the top of the second with 2 runs. But then the Moo with a 3-run bottom of the second, 2 in the fourth, 3 in the sixth, 5 in the eighth, and they cruised to a 14-3 win. Totals for this one. For Sioux Falls, 3 runs, 9 hits. They commit 2 errors. They leave 12 runners on base. For the Moo, 14 runs, 13 hits, 1 error. They left 7 on. Winning pitcher tonight, Jaden Payne, 3 1/3 inning. He gives up 2 hits, no runs, walks 1, and strikes out 3. The Moo bullpen tonight was very strong. In 6 1/3 pitch, they gave up 3 hits, 2 walks, struck out 10, and did not allow a run. The loss to Andrew Garcia. He falls to 0-1 on the year. In 2 innings, he gives up 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Walks 2 and strikes out 1. Garcia falls to 0-1. Kenneth Dutka hit a home run, solo shot with 1 out in the first. That, believe it or not, was the lone home run in this game, which saw 17 runs scored. Dutka, a pitcher last night, entered into the lineup tonight and was 2 for 5 to lead the Sunfish offense, along with Cade Kalehuavehi, who was 3 for 5. Meanwhile, for the Moo, plenty of heroes with the bats. Tyler Push was 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored. You had Brock Reller driving in 4 runs, and he was 2 for 4 with a double. And 2 hits out of Ryan Koski as well. Time of the game, 3 hours, 29 minutes. The win boosts Fremont to 3-1, and the loss drops Sioux Falls to 0-2. And again, your final score in this one, the Moo 13, or rather the Moo 14, and Sioux Falls 3. Let's run down the Expedition League scoreboard, brought to you by the Nebraska Lottery. The Nebraska Lottery reminds you that Friday night's Powerball jackpot is, Friday night's Mega Millions jackpot, is $22 million. The Nebraska Lottery, why wait to win? They're in the top of the 8th inning out in Gehrig, and Western Nebraska is hammering Casper 10-1. So the Pioneers on the verge of capturing their first victory of the 2021 season. Spearfish, a 5-3 winner over Badlands. The Big Sticks, who started the season 0-2. Wheat City, an 8-7 winner over Souris Valley up in Minot. They are in the top of the 6th inning. Mining City with an 11-9 lead on the Canyon County Spud. So a wild game as Mining City winners last night. And again, in last report from Pierre, it was 7-2, the Trappers leading the Sodbusters, but we are expecting that game was held up by rain, and they are clearly having stat crew issues up in the South Dakota State Capitol because both nights they have not had live stats. But here tonight, the Moo 14-3 over Sioux Falls, a dominant performance by Fremont, and I think they are establishing dominance of this Expedition League early in this first week of the year, just as they did last year when they got out to such a hot start. But for a little period in July, were without a doubt the best team in the league, and they have picked up right where they left off here in 2021. So the Moo dominate tonight, and they look for the series sweep over the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Tomorrow night, 7:05 first pitch. Our pregame coverage will commence at 6:45 here on FremontMoo.com on Big Dog 98.9 FM and 1340 AM, and on the YouTube video streaming channel. We'd love to see you out here at Moeller, but whether you make it out here or not, we'll have the game for you on our broadcast outlets. My thanks to Zach Berman for his help throughout the broadcast. Most of all, my thanks to you for spending a part of your Wednesday night with us. Good news from Moeller Field in Fremont. The Moo have defeated the Sioux Falls Sunfish by a final score of 14-3. And until tomorrow night, we have pregame coverage at 6:45 ahead of the 7:05 first pitch between Fremont and Sioux Falls. This is Nate Rohr saying thanks for listening and good night from historic Moeller Field in Fremont.
This has been Fremont Moo Baseball on Big Dog 1340 AM and 98.9 FM and on FremontMoo.com. For schedule and ticket information, visit